Yeah. Let me start this off, man. Let me get down thing kicking, man. I got DQ in here. Y'all know what it is, man. What we doing? We starting off with this, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all up in the building. Community of skeptics, pseudo killers. We live. What we gonna hit them with? We gonna hit them with this. This we gonna hit them with. Let's give them this.
Yeah, it's DQ, baby. Pseudo killers, what up? What up? What up? Check. Tapping in, what's the subject? Evolution or revolution, we ain't done yet. Laying flat like Sanchez, this a bomb threat. I know my flow like Angozi. Source up and show me, homie. You shut up and mute up a moment. The mad scientist, I'm knowing all the components. We own it, and we gon' off it if it's pseudo. You do know we don't entertain that keyboard judo. That big body banger out of Baltimore. Done it all, shopper folks. Sold a little something, but I taught you more than your average teacher. I had to reach you at your level to bring you up. No devil can never beat you. With precision of a magi, the information supplied by some guys get debunked on live. CK and Juju, I chill in the cut. But if you boys wanna fade, then I'm chefing you up. I organize live, the beats of disorganized truth every time. Kudos, who those niggas? Decorated pseudo killers. Space Sage Africans, back again. An organized lie, the beats of disorganized truth every time. Kudos, who those niggas? Decorated pseudo killers. Space Sage Africans, tapping in. I always been fly, that's an actual omen. You can catch me in the sky, ask Anthony Bowman. You see me with his telescope, I was actually floating off some good kush. The Sadio is actually growing. See, Gullah and Kent is where the money gets spent. Them boys got some books that cost as much as your rent. The second verse should be smash Rockwell, but I rock well. Underground like Sumerian Rockwells. In the ring like I'm the rock whale. Hell, create a different wave that can rock whales. Hell, shit swell like lunar tides. My entendres off Gandra to who describe. Euthanize foolish guys. Scholastically, haphazardly. Turn your camera on and look me in my eyes. And please do subscribe. 8 to 80, blind, cripple, or crazy. You in for a new surprise. It's DQ, a organized lie. The beats of disorganized truth every time. Kudos, who those niggas? Decorated pseudo killers. Space Sage Africans, back again. An organized lie. The beats of disorganized truth every time. Kudos, who those niggas? Decorated pseudo killers. Space Sage Africans, tapping in.
Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woohoo wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And we come to do, we got to do, and we're gonna do, we got to do. We standing strong, we standing tall. Hey, pseudo killers on deck. Look, man, we ain't went live in a few days. And now we back, man. Y'all know it's the center for the study of pseudoisms. Oh man, shout out to the community of skeptics, man. They in here, man. Shout out to the crowd, man. They piled in the building. We all at? Man, we was reading some information, man. It was fun. Appreciate Robert Rand, man. He put together some good information, man. He went to one of my favorite sources, Wikipedia, and I agree with everything he said. Juju, what's up with you? What it do? What it do? What it do? Pseudo
You already know, chilling in the cut, trying to
shit.
see what we finna do. I thought that was Robert Brown, Bobby.
Brown. It is Robert Brown. Is it Robert Brown or Robert Rand? There's two of them. It's Robert Brown, I believe. You know I be messing people's name. I don't even mean to do that.
Well, hopefully he hit the link.
Hit that link. We want you to finish reading. DQ. What it do?
What up? What up? What
Yo,
up?
you get them shirts yet?
Nah, I didn't get him yet. I was just about to hit you about that.
Ooh, that's about to pop. It's about to pop in your mailbox. I'm like, oh man, that nigga said fly. Yo,
yeah, I need that.
Yo got the brand new automatic pseudo killer shirts. Fire.
Oh yeah. I'm rocking that. I'm shooting a video and them things.
Yeah, I'm great. Take it off the site because I don't want nobody to get that one with you the only one with the DQ on there. Yo, that's your name. I can't, you.
Man, appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Yo,
What up, Juju?
You're a public figure, yo. We can't be selling your name for free.
I feel you. You know what I'm saying? License. I got to license my name in there.
That's some old con community shit. Yeah, we got the shirt with DQ name on. You looking like, what the hell is wrong with this nigga? We'll get sued, yo.
Get sued. I need all that.
Well, I know you do, boy.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh man, the show was pretty good this morning. You know, hopped on Glass Smash, went live. You know, it was pretty interesting. Got pretty hot. So I'm hoping people do click the link, hop on.
Yeah. I'm gonna, the Magi's. I'm gonna let them talk. Hey, Chef Renell, I see you, Chef Renell.
King Chef.
The chef Renell, boy.
What up, Chef?
Boy, get that shit started. Man, you talking about he cooking. Robert was cooking with the sauce, yo. Yeah. All right.
That was I ain't gonna lie, even though there was just a wiki, I never just typed in Negro in the wiki. It was good him explaining the etymology of the word, even though it might not have fit what he was trying to explain overall, just the separate information independently was pretty dope.
Yeah, that's why I tell people go with the Wikipedia. It'll get you in there, right? And I used the Negro. I did all that to try to get people, but sometimes it's gotta be, you just gotta repeat it a couple times. But I'm glad that Robert finally know what anthropology is. See, now we cooking. See, he ain't know the whole time he arguing us down, he arguing me down. And yeah, this is Robert, if you looking, bro. This is anthropology right here. We've been trying to push people to get their history through the eyes of anthropology. Yo, you got plenty of black anthropologists, man. One of the first people that was actually pushing that. Oh, what's his name, Chef? Man knows no color line.
Rogers.
Jolie Rogers. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he. He dove into it. He wasn't trained to nothing, yo. He had to do it, Yeah, but he was definitely one of the first black people who was actually, doing it like that. Specifically trying to, detail black culture, right? But at the end of the day, man, the conscious community ain't really a good place to get your black history from, yo. They should be giving you shit that's going to direct you right. I always said that, yo. So that's why I always give up real good, clean sources. Always like to start with Wikipedia. I've been saying this for the last 15 years. Start with Wiki and end in the journal, right? But you know, if you that's our first line of defense, yo. And I think that article, hey Juju, you funny because I already know what you're gonna say. Reggie bought the Negro source with the map on it. What's the name of the map?
Oh my God, that's that slave ship map, that
Slave ship map.
Magellan map, that Juan Garrido map,
Oh man, it's something.
the
I
map
think
of
this.
Pangea.
Oh man, I think he might have been reading this article. You think he was reading this one? He might have been reading this one. Yeah, well, all right. I think he might have been down in this part right here. Yeah, right here. He was right here with it. All right, let's see. So we was talking about the term used being outdated. It is. It is outdated in anthropology, but they definitely use it in anthropology, right? And that was specifically during the times of scientific racism, man. We talked about all that. All right. So you wanna can you see it, Juju?
Yes.
Okay, should I make it bigger or you right here? Where we at? You
Give me
should have had it.
just a
So you want me
minute.
to send it to
Can you hear
you?
me?
I can hear
No, no,
you.
no. I'm good. Just like my internet will move a little slow, so be patient. I'm sorry. I can see it. Where did you want me to start?
So I guess start up. I guess you can maybe where did he start reading that? We don't got to do all this. We did all that. We don't got to do this. We can come right here from the 18th century. Maybe we start here, right? Because he read the whole thing, and he was thinking when I say yo, it's outdated. He was thinking they still use it, but they don't.
So you want me to start at Negroid?
Yeah, you can start at Negroid. Yeah.
Negroid was used within physical anthropology to denote one of the three purported races of humankind.
So stop right
Along,
there. Hold on. So yes, they did use it in anthropology. What I said was they don't use it no more, and there's a reason for that. She gonna read it. Go ahead.
alongside Caucasoid and
Mhm.
Mongoloid,
Yeah.
the suffix oid means similar to. Negroid as a noun was used to designate a wider or more generalized category than Negro. As an adjective, it qualified a noun as in, for example, Negroid features.
hmm So yeah, that was problematic in the field of anthropology because they were saying Negroid, Caucasoid, Mongoloid, and of course you got Oceania, all right, and Native American. Don't forget about those. So it was five. All right. This predating Charles Darwin. Okay, just so we know. All right, but yes, they use it and they called it. It was in. They called it scientific racism. Right. If we was to pull up the scientific racism article, you wanna keep reading right there.
Which part? Where it says Negroid superseded?
Yeah, go ahead.
Pull up the screen a little bit, the
All right, hold
Sonia.
on. Let me pull the screen up. Hold on. Let me pull the screen up. Right. Okay. So now we're gonna get into this part. Right. It's gonna take you in the order of things. Go ahead.
Negroid superseded colored as the most polite word for African Americans at a time when black was considered more offensive.
So hold on. So it was Negro. It was niggers, right? Then he hit you with the Negro and Negress. I talked about that the other day, right? And we were saying, no, we don't want to be called Negro. We want to be called colored. All right, keep going.
In 17th century colonial America, the term Negro had been also, according to one historian, used to describe Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
John Belton O'Neill, The Negro Law of South Carolina, 1848, stipulated that the term Negro is confined to slave Africans, the ancient Berbers, and their descendants. It does not embrace the free inhabitants of Africa, such as the Egyptians, Moors, or the Negro Asiatics, such
So,
as the Lascars.
So then if you're fighting for Egypt to be the Negroes, your source that you're using is saying no, wasn't applied to them. That's the point. That's why we say you cooking with hot grease.
That's a dagger.
You cooking with hot grease.
Killed themselves.
You know what I'm saying? We read this the other day. I was like, is he doing it? Yes, he is. That's why it's imperative for us to bring sources, though. That's why it's important for us to read, because you always dodge your source. You know, a pseudo dies with their source.
Every time.
Woohoo wee. That's why we say, yo, we keep reading. Right? And I'm saying, but we've all done this. Like I've done this. I've died at my source more times than y'all ever would want to imagine, yo. But that's how I learned. You know what I'm saying, Juju? People think I'm being hard, but the hell, I'm giving you, you know what I'm saying, something that I went through. Right? And I feel like that's what people who are a little bit older should do. That you should give people what you have to offer, especially when we talk about the same things. We're trying to get our history, our story correct. Right? You'll hear me bang on people that you consider to be your elders, because they not really, they playing with y'all. They not really, they real selfish, and they thinking about, how many cash apps they're gonna get. Right? They don't want to, they're not giving you the thing. They taking you backwards, right? So we should be clearly standing on certain people's shoulders and never going back. We don't gotta go back. We can keep pushing forward. That's not a knock. That's what you do. You don't stand beside your damn elders. You stand beside your elders, then you at this point you flim-flamming, because you saying the same shit they were saying when clearly the genome been mapped out, which is important. The skin, the theory, the evolution, the theory on why your skin is there. It's a scientific theory now. There are tools at place now. All right. So yeah, we don't got to keep reading. We don't got to keep doing all that right here. Right. I just wanted to make that point super clear. Okay. Super clear. So they wasn't talking about the Egyptians, the Moors, and none of that. It just wasn't. All right. So yeah, don't use this all. That's not a good article for you.
Definitely not for his point.
Yeah, it's not a good. It's not that. That's why I was trying to figure out, like, what was he, like meaning, on that part. So here we come to the scientific racism. Watch. It's gonna say basically the same thing. Why would I bring a super? You want to add something to that, Chef, or Juju?
Yeah, I did.
Right,
is he here?
It got to be somewhere in the audience, Robert Rand. I'm gonna drop the link. Let me drop
Robert Brown.
He already felt like he won, so he probably doesn't feel like he needs to be here right now.
I think the original
Robert Brown.
The original scuffle between him and Unc on the subject was he said that the word black started to replace the word Negro, and I think the article actually proved that. The point that he was trying to bang out, because he said, I don't know how y'all start arguing, but he definitely said that black, superseded Negro. You know what I mean? So like they was using Negro at one time, it became offensive, and then they started using the word black as a replacement. That's what he was saying.
Yes, but Negro doesn't even. They're not even speaking on the Egyptians.
No, it don't say black.
About
it's colored. Yeah, it was colored. Hold on. The thing say Negro superseded color, yo.
Right.
Yeah, and black
not
will
black.
be the color.
No, they know the word. They use the word color. They didn't say black. That's later on we start saying black America. They were saying colored. Used to call people colored.
Oh, yeah. In that sense. Yep. But so you're saying he's still wrong.
He's still wrong.
It was Negro to color.
Yeah,
because Negro didn't
black
even
replace colored.
Yeah,
not Negro. Black.
Right.
So you saying that colored replaced Negro.
Yeah,
and he's saying black replaced Negro.
It didn't. No, because Negro mean black.
The article also said that Negro wasn't even speaking on the Egyptians. So
no, we weren't talking about the Egyptians. I feel you though.
Yeah, but he wasn't talking about Egyptians, but his whole argument is that because he right here.
The premise of his argument is based on that. So how are we not talking about it?
Yeah, it's kind of based on that. Go ahead, Robert, real quick. I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead. What you saying? Because Say it like you say it without no source. How you do it? There's a certain way you put that shit together. Go ahead, yo.
What you mean? I mean, I'm reading from the same source, but I just find it so convenient that that you didn't read everything.
What
I
more you
see
want me
where
to
you
read?
stopped at the main. I see where you stopped at a
Mhm.
key point,
All
which
right.
is misleading. But I respect you, King, and
I
you
don't
know
want to
that.
mislead you.
You
Nope.
know what I'm
Where
saying?
you
It's
want to
all
read?
good, but I see where you stopped at, and we're gonna keep reading though.
All right.
I
Where you
think
want
that
to keep
that's
reading?
very important. And so it says that okay, I just want to be clear first. And hey,
Where you
Jolanda,
at?
I'm saying I just want to say hey to you. How you doing, sister?
Good afternoon. How are you?
True indeed. So, however,
Mm-hmm.
during however, let me say this first before I go
Mm-hmm.
on.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I'm stating here is,
Mm-hmm.
as Unc has stated, that the term Negroid is outdated. The term Negro is outdated. Negro is only a derivative of Negroid. Okay, we have to be clear on this. These are not two separate terms. These are the same term. One is a derivative of the other one. So,
All
as
right.
Unc has
Outdated
stated,
in what though? What I'm saying is outdated in what?
well, you're saying that it's outdated in anthropology,
Yeah.
okay? But
Mm-hmm.
Negro is also outdated in everything besides anthropology as well. It's
Okay, I
outdated
agree. Yep.
completely. We're
Completely.
nobody here is classified as Negro,
Right.
Negroid. If you still address yourself as a Negro or Negroid, you are completely wrong. So,
Mm-hmm.
and what I'm trying to show you guys is that
Mm-hmm.
that term has been eradicated. And
Okay.
what has happened is it has accepted, it has taken on, that term has been replaced. And the
Mm.
term that it's been replaced with is black.
We got
Now,
pseudo. Stop. Freeze. We got pseudo killer on deck. So what's going on, bro? We always introduce the
won't let
pseudo
me
killer.
finish, God body.
I know. I'm just introducing him. That's all. You can get back to. He's not gonna talk over you.
Yeah,
How you
yeah, yeah,
doing,
yeah.
True
Smoke?
indeed, God. True indeed.
Yeah, peace up. I'm waiting to hear him tie in the black part of it.
Yeah. All right. All right. Go. All right.
I'm
Go
with
ahead.
you.
Finish
I'm
talking.
rocking with you.
So if Unc would just scroll down just a little
Okay.
further, he would continue to see in this
Okay.
same article,
Mm-hmm.
it would say, well, I'll start here. Right
Where
under
you at?
that comic where everybody can see on the screens is where that you see that comic says all Negro comics.
I
And
got you. I see that.
okay, and if you
However.
continue forward, it says, however,
Mm-hmm.
okay, during the late 1950s and early 1960s, the word Negro began to be criticized as having been imposed by white people and having connotations of racial subservience and Uncle Tomism.
Mm-hmm.
The term black, in contrast, denoted pride, power, and a rejection of the past. It goes on to
Black African power.
Black
true
African
indeed.
power.
So it goes on to
Something
tell
wrong
you,
with that.
I'll just read it. It took first root in more militant groups,
Mm-hmm.
such as the Black Muslims and Black Panthers, and by
Mm-hmm.
1967, SNCC leader Stokely Carmichael pushed for the abandonment of Negro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After the Newark riots in the summer of 1967, one third to one half of young black males polled in Newark self-identified as black.
Mm-hmm.
We are the ones that got rid of the term Negro. We are the ones that saw its racial connotations, and we said to hell with that. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna classify ourselves as black. Now, Julana's right. This don't have nothing to do with Egypt in it directly, but indirectly it has everything to do with Egypt.
Look at you. Look
Are you
at
gonna
you.
finish? You're
No,
gonna
no, no, no.
finish
I
the
want to
article
clean it
though,
up. Let
right?
me clean it up. Let me clean it up, King. I
I
promise you
just
I'm
want you
gonna
to
clean
finish the
this up.
source though. Don't narrate it. Just finish what the source says.
I know that's what you want me to do, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I want to
because
narrate. And so what I'm
but
saying is,
narrations is what pseudos do, so they
okay,
can make the source bend to their favor, and it
that's all
usually
opinion
He
doesn't.
didn't
based.
lie about nothing
That's all
though.
opinion based. There's no facts behind
I
that.
didn't say anything about lie.
I didn't say you lied.
That
I
Go
said
guy
ahead,
it's all
no.
lied.
opinion
Go
based.
ahead.
I said there's no facts behind your statement.
So
You
you
can say that pseudos do that, but I say pseudos don't do that. I say great magi archers do that to bring forth clarity while they're reading.
oh, so you do
Okay.
know you're using a different word though. So just for the record, right? That we they they were saying the word black. They wasn't saying Negro. They were saying black.
Right. They,
Although
Before
they
they
got
started
rid of
saying
Negro.
black, they were saying Negro, right?
We
no, that
got
was
Is that what
rid of
you
offensive.
saying,
Negro.
Robert? I mean, like, come on, man. We can't be acting like we this
No, no, the
slow.
word they went from Negro to colored, yo.
Yeah, and then from
No, but
color to black.
God.
Right, and then they went to black. Right. So who's this? Who's the
So you
next?
agree that you're
That's
wrong,
what I'm
Pan
saying.
African?
We at black now. Black is the new term for Negro, aka Negroid, the derivative
No,
Negro.
it's not. It's
yes,
not.
it. Well, this is what we're reading, and you just
The new
agreed
term
to
is
it.
what we
But
decided to call each other.
okay, well, here we go. Let's
All right,
continue
go ahead.
reading for Jolando. This says, since the late 1960s, various other terms have been more widespread and popular usage. Here we go. Okay? Because remember, Negro is dead. It had to be replaced with something to identify these people with. It can't just leave a blank there.
That's
We
also
can't just leave it
misleading.
open. So right now, yeah, we are talking about Americans, but you fail to realize that same term was applied to ancient Egyptians. We read the article, that scientific article from Diop, and we read it from anthropologists in 2005 and now 2017. That term was replaced, guys. Okay? So this says, since the late 1960s and lady, various other terms have been more widespread and popular uses. These include black, black African, Afro-American, in use from the late 1960s to 1990, and African American. Hold up.
You good?
Before I continue, I
You
want
got
to
Suntan.
reiterate.
We hear your voice.
Huh?
I'm telling Suntan to mute out because we can hear him. He having a conversation in the back.
Okay, my lord. True indeed. So I want to pause again. No one is making the argument that African Americans are the ancient Egyptians. Just because you see the term Negroid falling out, as it is literally going to say the next sentence, the word Negro fell out of favor by the early 1970s. Ain't no more Negro. However, many older African Americans initially found the term black more offensive than Negro. Okay, we clearly understand that. This is older people who don't want to be called black. Don't call me black. Don't call me black. I ain't no color. Okay,
I
yeah,
know.
but the overwhelming
What's the
majority
point? Like,
has thrown that away. So we have seen in this very article how black people, African Americans, told those racist, you know what's, that was doing these studies all over the world and classifying everybody as a Negro. It says that the black people of America stood up and said, you ain't gonna identify everybody as no Negro no more. Because you always adding racial connotations to it. You're always picking at our color. You're always trying to demean us like we ugly and talking about we the devil and that, you know what I'm saying? We big noses, Negroes, we sub-Saharan, we tree swinging monkeys and bones in our nose. We got tired of that. So we flipped it on them. We took the color that they diminished and
hold
demeaned.
on. Litmus test. Litmus test. Hold on.
Well, that's what it says here when it says that the first people
Wait,
began
question.
to
I got one question.
Can we take
I got
pause?
one question. One question for you. Do you agree that Charles Darwin evolution is correct in explaining the diversity on planet Earth?
Well, I had to be honest with you. I'm not very well versed with Charles Darwin, but I can't say that I agree or disagree because I'm not sure what his position is. All I, from general understanding is that I do know that he dwells or invented Darwinism, which is about the evolutionary.
Don't worry about it.
The scientific evolutionary theory.
Next question.
Yeah,
was
so
the
for clarity,
vaccine
though,
safe and effective? Was the vaccine safe and effective for the Negro, colored, and black people?
For some people, it was. For some people, it wasn't.
Generally speaking, was it effective against coronavirus for African Americans, black Americans?
I can't attest to that, and this is just being honest. I can't attest because
don't worry about it. Last question. You good? You answer. You on fire right now. Last question.
Man, he went all the way off the.
No, I'm not. Last question.
No, what I'm saying is I haven't looked at the studies.
Hold on. Last question.
How could I possibly know?
Don't worry about it. Last question. Was the Twin Towers knocked down by the American government, or was they involved in it?
Well, there are conspiracy theories that say that it was blown up.
So you take over from here. Y'all got
I'm not saying that it's true or false. I'm saying that on paperwork it says that it was hit by some planes, from some those guys over there in the middle. That's what it's. I mean, that's what I'm saying. But I'm not gonna act like it ain't.
Don't worry about it.
Go ahead.
I'm
saying, like,
you ask me what I believe. Shit, man, well, I mean, man, we don't know.
Bro, you good. You good, bro.
Good.
You good, bro. You did it.
You did it.
You did it.
You already
That's not
good,
my
Robert.
range of
You
study. I
killed
don't
it, bro.
know too much about the
You
coronavirus. I
already
can tell you, I
won,
didn't
Robert.
wear a
You
mask
won.
since it started, and I never got sick. And I can tell you
Jesus.
that that it was a certain range age group that died that was typically getting affected by it, that was over the age of 50, and then it was like from what I saw. I mean, like I said, I could be wrong, but this doesn't invalidate the
Yeah,
term
man, you
Negro.
lost.
This
Listen,
doesn't invalidate the term Negro being replaced by black.
I'm
See, that's
not
what you call a
nobody's.
red
Hold on,
herring.
slow down.
I thought it was
Just
replaced by
slow down
color.
for
Yeah,
a
just
second,
leave it
bro.
alone, Robert. They just
Yeah, I'm
switched the
saying,
whole
I'm
You see what
saying,
conversation
I'm
like,
saying?
from
That's
right
a
mid
red
sentence.
herring. This
Robert Brown,
term
like,
we
slow
talking about,
down.
I don't know nothing about the Twin Towers. I can't tell you about the
Robert
coronavirus.
Brown.
No,
I can't tell
ask
you
Unc
about nothing.
how many vaccines did they send to
Hey,
Africa
come on,
since you want
twin.
to
Slow
talk
down.
about
You
the
and your
I don't
twin,
know,
vaccination?
goddamn.
all I can
They
tell you
didn't
is
even
that the
send the
term
Africans no
Negro,
vaccinations because
That's
they
Pan African
and
twin,
they
I swear.
still lived through the whole thing. So
Got a
what about
question for
that?
you, Unc, when you
What
get a
about them
chance.
being
All right,
prejudiced
bro.
by
Let me
sending
just
the
ask a
vaccination
question.
to Africa?
Pan
you
What
got
about
to
African.
let
that, Unc?
us. We getting off topic, y'all. This
We
is
did,
That's
Bro,
red
yo.
what
We
Unc
right
herring.
want
on
to do. He
topic.
want to
We
muddy
right
up the
there.
water.
We
So let's
right
talk
there.
about
No,
that.
hey, yo,
Why
man.
they
yo,
didn't send
Robert.
no vaccination to
Man, if
Africa?
y'all, can y'all
That's
stop
what I'm
talking for a
showing you,
second?
Why
Pan
they
African
to
King.
give
Bro,
That's
Africa
what
can
I'm
the
y'all
showing
stop
you.
talking
vaccination?
for a
Why they
That's
second,
didn't?
what
man?
All
I'm
right, this we
showing
gonna
you.
do. Go ahead, Sosa. Go ahead, Sosa.
Jesus,
You
Oh
didn't get a
Lord,
almighty.
chance
I
to
ain't get to
speak.
finish. I told you was gonna do this.
You
All right,
gonna
go ahead and
get the
finish. Go ahead.
God, bro, you
Okay.
gonna get the
True
finish. I just
indeed,
want
Almighty King. And I appreciate you, Unc. You know what I'm saying? I got, you know what I mean?
hey,
I like this
just let her
diatribe
finish,
that we
bro. I
have.
don't just
I
let her
know. Go
I
ahead.
finish.
just want
All
to
right,
Go ahead,
go ahead.
finish,
continue
bro.
to
Go ahead,
stress
finish.
the fact. Let me go
All
back
right.
up here.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Because I done lost my
Shit.
place trying to
You
search,
shouldn't have
quick
lost your
search.
place. You should have memorized it by now. But go
Well,
ahead.
I done lost my place trying to quick search some information on doggone coronavirus.
No, I just think you should have stuck to the source and read it instead of trying to narrate. That's where you
Boy, you
lost
Okay,
it.
so
flunked
you
that test,
blame me and
boy.
don't
I don't
blame
even
Unc for
understand.
asking
Like,
me 3 completely irrelevant questions.
Yeah, it's a
Blame me,
litmus
I'll
test
take it.
over here. We got a litmus test. So now we know exactly where you at. We're not even mad at you no more, yo. You flunked
But
the
that's
test.
according to the
We're gonna work
pseudo
with
killer standard, which
you.
again,
Yeah.
that litmus test is completely irrelevant to the facts
No,
that
it's
I'm
not.
reading off the screen right now, though.
All right, go
That's
ahead.
the
Where you at?
only problem with this argument.
Where
That
you at?
litmus test is completely irrelevant to
It's
this
good.
article that we're reading right now.
Okay, you right. Go ahead. You feel
Okay,
liberal?
so this
I believe.
says,
Go ahead.
since I'll read it again.
No,
Since the
don't read it
late
again. Pick up where you at.
1960s, well, okay, I'll start here. Well, it says that since the late 1960s, various other terms have been more widespread in popular usage. We're talking about the term Negroid now. We're talking about the term Negroid. These include black, black African, Afro American,
Mm-hmm.
and African American. So
Mm-hmm.
let's retract that. Black,
Mm-hmm.
black African,
Mm-hmm.
Afro American, African American. So it
Yeah.
ain't just talking about Americans. It ain't just talking about
It is, yo.
African. What you mean? It says black African there. That's not. I'm not a black. I'm an African. I'm a black African American, but I'm not a black African. I'm an
Yeah,
American.
but listen, it's starting to
So,
be a plot. Listen,
yeah,
it's
black
applied.
African takes the place for African
huh?
Americans. That's yeah, you just American is black, and then you're
It says
African.
the word
African
Negro
American.
fell
Black
out of
African.
favor by the early 1970s. However, many older African Americans initially found the term black more offensive. So we more offensive than Negro. So we see the change there. And then we see here in the 19th century, right? When we scroll down, when you look up the term Negroid, which we know is a derivative of
Wait, so
Negro.
you do know all this right here is talking about African Americans, though. You do know that, right?
The
No,
whole
because
shit.
it says here
It's black,
criticism.
black African, Afro American,
That's
What's a black
African American. It say the word Negro fell out of favor by the 1970s. However, many older African Americans, and this, why would they dive in and say continental Africans? They
Because
actually
it's
not.
because we forgot the
Really,
part
yo?
where it said that the African Americans is the ones who got rid of the term because we got tired of the
I know,
racial
yo. We gotta have
connotation.
comprehension, though. Here, yo.
yeah.
It's
All
What
talking
you
about.
all
mean?
he's
If we
reading
didn't get
is
rid of it, then how it's gone? We got
No,
rid
I
of it.
didn't say that. I'm saying they're not talking about people on the continent of Africa right here in this
What? So
highlighted
you
area.
saying that the term Negro and Negro still
No,
applies
yeah,
to individuals on the continent of
no,
Africa?
it never did because they never called themselves that at
All
all.
right then.
yeah.
So what would they
None
call
of what I'm
themselves?
looking at
Black
on his
Africans.
entire paper is talking about people on the continent. It's talking
See,
about
we right
us.
back at square one. This says criticism. The Oxford Dictionary of English states the term Negroid belongs to a set of terms introduced by the 19th century anthropologists attempting to categorize
There you go.
human races. Such terms are associated with outdated notions of racial types and so are now potentially offensive and best avoided. So damn, that means that
Why
you
you?
can't huh?
Did you realize what you just read?
Yeah,
Read
this
it again.
Negroid is
Read it
over
again.
with, is
I
what I
know.
just
Read it
read.
again. Read it again. Where you at?
The term Negro, it belongs
Uh-huh.
to a set of terms introduced by the 19th century anthropologists attempting to categorize human races. Right? It says such terms are associated with outdated notions of racial
So
types
now he's
and
back at the
so are
beginning.
now potentially
Where
offensive
you at?
and best avoided.
Where you at? You back up
Okay.
here?
Okay,
Now this
I
is
agree
on
with that.
Negroid,
I agree
the
with that.
Yo,
derivative
we
of.
agree. You
But this,
changed? You moved it?
well, I went. I mean, if that's okay,
He's
I went
all
from
over the
Negro to
place.
Negroid.
You went to another article?
Well,
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
you could look this up too, Unc. You could type
Yeah,
in
we got it.
Negroid.
Yeah,
I
but
got it. Listen, you're right. Look, here you go, everybody. See, look, I
yeah, but
got
I'm
it.
saying like if
Okay.
He switched it.
So what
nobody
we saying
disagrees
is
with
No one
that
that.
disagree with you.
Nobody
Yeah.
okay.
disagrees
So
with
what
that.
we have concluded today, kings and queens, beautiful, great black gods and goddesses.
That's
What we
right.
concluded today is that the term Negroid is finished,
Oh
and
shit.
now we
That's
have
what
to.
I said.
When you are racially defining or classifying people of Africa, you would typically address them by their tribe, or in a general sense, you would say Black Africans.
No, you wouldn't. That
No,
see
you would not. No, you would
What
not.
you
you
mean?
just
That's what we just read.
no,
No, you're
see,
mixing up two
you mixed
articles.
it up.
So Black Africans don't have
What?
nothing to do with the
No.
people of Africa. You're
Nah,
saying
they were
that
talking
they're
about
not included in a racial construct when you just
no,
agreed earlier that they all have
no.
different phenotypes,
Yeah,
they
he ain't
have
gonna listen.
different
Yeah, you
characteristics,
gotta
they
listen.
have.
Hey, listen. This is what we did this. Look, hold on for a minute. That's why. Hey, Juju, can you see this?
Yes.
You went to college.
I
Seriously.
I went to college. I
Listen.
dropped out though.
If I listen, everybody listen.
You gotta blow
graduated.
it up.
That's
First of all,
wonderful, Queen.
let me
Now
scroll up a
read
little
this
bit.
article
He's
and don't
mixing
lie.
two
I know.
articles
Just hold
together.
on for a minute. Hold on. We're gonna do this. Yo, we ain't trying to win. We just wanted to, I don't want to mess it up for everybody. I want to make sure I'm getting it right. When I read this sentence, I'm gonna let Sosa take a crack at it and Juju. It says since the late 1960s. First of all, it's talking about black people, Negroid, blacks, all that. They talking about black Newark riots. That's nowhere in Africa. All that.
We're talking about Black
1967,
Americans.
Malcolm X, all that. Then it
Nation
comes
of
to the next
Islam.
sentence. It says since the late 1960s, various other terms had been more widespread in popular usage. It says these include black African, Afro-American, right, in use from the late 1960s to 1990s, and African American.
Which
The
we
word
commonly
Negro
use.
fell out of favor by the early 1970s. However, many older African Americans initially found the term black more offensive than Negro. So they talking about America right here, yo.
Right. So when they say black
Okay, hold on. Let me
African,
ask the question.
so when they say black
Why was
African,
Diop?
That
Why was
means
Diop
African
using
Relax
the
for a
word
minute.
James, why you
Relax for a
Why
minute. Go
was
ahead, Sosa.
Diop using the word
No, you
Negro?
gotta let Sosa go, then you can go. And we can talk
man,
about Diop
yeah,
right now. Go ahead, Sosa.
yeah. So when they say black African, that was another name for us.
Thank you.
Black African.
Yep.
Not people on a continent. That's what you're reading right there and what he just highlighted. So if you look at what they're talking about, of course Diops will be using those terms because goddamn that man was writing in the late 70s and shit, bro.
He was.
That's
I say
you
black
messing it
African
up
power.
now. You messing it up, man.
Well, you got to look at Penn Museum. You know what I'm saying? You know the University
You
of
moving
Penn.
again? We
It
gotta
would
let
tell
Juju
you
go.
it is in fact a not uncommon belief that Egypt was a part of Black Africa.
You
Now
But
we
as
getting
far
off. Now
as
we jumping.
physical
Yo, he
appearance
killing
goes,
y'all. Yo, y'all gotta stop, yo.
Now we jumping.
well, I mean, ain't that what you're supposed to do is use multiple sources
No,
to
you don't use.
validate your
Yeah,
argument?
you can't use multiple sources out of context. You got to
Yeah,
keep
you
it in
gotta stay with
What
it.
context.
you
You
mean?
trying.
I
You
just
throwing the
so
kitchen
now it's
sink
out
at
of
us.
context, bro. I simply said earlier, y'all
Throwing the
not
kitchen-
listening
Yeah,
to
like,
what
I'm
I
saying
said.
like what you're reading is how
So
we
you wanna
became,
make
how we went from color to African American. That's all you read.
understandable. Okay, that's cool. That's
That's
well, and
it.
that's why
Hey,
I
Robert
said
Brown,
that.
you gotta slow
Let me
down.
ask Robert a question. Ain't this got to do with the
Well, let me
first
finish,
time that
bro.
Diop started using the word Negro?
Yeah, we're gonna
But
get
Which, hold
but
there.
on, Uncle
Yeah, we
Jeff,
trying to get there.
We're gonna get there. I want everybody to get their
out.
time off.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then you can go go ahead, go finish Sosa. Then you go, Chef.
Yeah, so if we're going into the writings and we talk
Mhm.
about Diop, what the Cowards and Poison was what 74.
74.
Yeah, so the language he's using and the people that's writing back then, your Chancellor Williams and others, they're going to be using the term that was common back then.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all that is.
So
Yeah.
here, let's read it. Let's read. Let's see. Here we go.
Well,
want to
I'll
read it?
take that, y'all. I'll take that.
All right,
I'll
here you
take
go. Go ahead, Sosa. Read this. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yeah. Afrocentrist author Sheikh Antajob contrasted Negroid with Cro-Magnoid in his publication arguing for Negroid primacy. From multi-man Upper Paleolithic fossils found in Italy in 1901 have been classified as Negroid by Boulay and Valios.
Wallet.
The identification was obsolete by the 1960s, but was controversially revived by Job in his work, The African Origin of Civilization, in 1974, and republished in 1989.
So that's your answer, because he revived this shit, but it was dead when he used it. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I
Well,
get
Now
what
we
you
straight.
saying.
See, now we
okay,
straight.
okay, but hold on. Can you answer this
Your
question?
turn. No, your turn.
Well, okay, hold up.
It was
For
my
the
turn.
classification.
Oh, that's right. Hold on. You can't jump. It's Chef and then your turn.
Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna let everybody. You can talk as long
Go
as
ahead,
you
go
want
ahead.
tonight. Go ahead. Go ahead, Chef.
All right, so I'm seeing that y'all trying to fight against black being used for African people or people on the African continent, and that's crazy.
No, not necessarily.
No.
Bobby, I think we need to read the source one more time.
No,
I think people missed it.
I know we ain't read that yet. We're gonna hold that for him.
Steph's making a new argument here.
Black people.
Right. Y'all, all y'all pushback is saying that black is only referring to African Americans.
Right.
No, black was applied to all people of African descent who was sub-Saharan African.
We're gonna find out.
Right. That's right.
Like, so it's crazy. I mean, but we know this though, y'all.
Now here you go. Hey, Chef, we always get mixed up because no, we actually don't. Here you go.
Oh,
why don't we know that, huh?
Because here you go. Can y'all see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Black people.
And watch it say sub-Saharan Africans.
No, I know, but watch how I go. Look, let's read it for real. Hey, Juju, you want to go ahead? Hey,
Yeah.
Corey, I don't know where you at. You fell off. I didn't get a chance to get you. But go ahead, jump back. Go ahead.
Black is a racialized classification of people, usually a political and skin color based category for specific populations with a mid to dark brown complexion. Not all people considered black have dark skin. In certain countries, often in socially based systems of racial classification in the Western world, the term black is used to describe persons who are perceived as dark skinned compared to other populations. It is most commonly used for people of sub-Saharan African ancestry.
Boom.
Indigenous Australians and Melanesians.
And stop for a minute. Racialized classification in the Western world. I want y'all to don't forget that. Now, here's the groups that they're doing it to. Sub-Saharan African ancestry, Indigenous Australian, and Malaysians. Go ahead, Juju.
Though it is
commonly.
Okay, it's fine. Go ahead, keep going.
Well, they about to kill us right here, but shit, you know.
Go ahead, Juju.
Because this was my argument anyway.
Go ahead, Juju.
Though it has been applied in many contexts to other groups and is no indicator of any close ancestral relationship whatsoever. Indigenous African societies do not use the term black as a racial identity outside of influence bought by Western culture.
See, that's important right there. And I'm going to stand on that right there.
Yeah, stand on that, King.
I'm going to stand right there and I'm not going to move.
And I love that. And I want you to stand right there because as I stated, King.
So go ahead. Hold on for a minute. Hold on. Go ahead, Juju. Go ahead, Juju.
In 2020, in the United States, following the murder of George Floyd, an African American, several style guides, including the AP style book, changed their guides to capitalize the being black. The ASA style guide says that the B should not be capitalized. Some perceive the term black as a derogatory, outdated, reductive, or otherwise unrepresentative label, and as a result, neither use nor define it, especially in African countries with little to no history of colonial racial segregation.
Yeah, see that? That's important for us to do that. We could just stop right there, but I just wanted to make that point. So I'm not just swinging in the wind all wild. I'm not doing it. I'm not. I'm sticking to the course.
Now, can I
right
point
there.
out a discrepancy, King? Can I point this discrepancy out, Unc? Because I would like to
You skip Pan African James though. It's definitely
No, we
his turn.
skipped Chef.
okay, because I
Where's
got a
Chef at?
contention
So
there.
you still talk? No, Chef talked already. Did you want to say something else, Chef?
Yeah, it's just that we all know that black was used as a term for black Africans also. That was the point, whether they used it or not in their traditional society. We were arguing that black wasn't used for Africans, and it was.
No, I was
It
saying
wasn't just
that
African Americans.
I was just saying that the people themselves didn't name themselves that.
Oh yeah, fine.
Yeah,
That's
because I
my
think we
argument.
already agree with the whole Negro land of the black.
Is that your only argument?
Let me go on back, man. Hold up. It's my turn.
Yeah, that's my argument. So why we keep doing it? Go.
Right. If that's your only argument, then you're not pushing back.
This is where the rubber meets the road at, right?
All right, we'll meet the road.
Because we got you got a really dear friend. You got a really dear friend to you, and I'm not playing two sides of the middle on it.
Yes, you are.
The brother, hold on. The brother proclaims himself to be able to read the indigenous language of the Egyptians. He's went through the text, painstakingly worked to find the word Kemetiu in association with some black people calling themselves black people. So basically, unless I'm crazy, because when I would listen to what the brother said, I'm totally convinced that what he's found is true. It's basically like saying that y'all are saying that what he's found is not true because they called themselves black before anybody else. So why do they not get credit for calling themselves black if they wrote it first? And I'll stop right there.
Yeah, he got to win that battle in the field of academia for us acceptable.
Oh, so okay.
Otherwise,
if this man gets his degree,
otherwise we'll be in the same boat we was in with Asar, bro. You got to do the work. You got to win the battle.
Yeah, they did that though.
So basically, y'all don't agree. Is what we trying to get. I'm trying to.
I'm saying
basically he got to win a Super Bowl. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, win the Super Bowl. They don't come over here at us, yo. We ain't in the playoffs.
Okay, that's cool. I just want to know.
He a contender, nigga. You got to get in the playoffs to win that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Hey, Unc, is you any kind of way saying that Egyptians were, Arab because they was over in the Levant area?
No, hell no. I ain't never said
All right, okay. Well, I'm done with it. As long as you ain't saying nothing like that, then.
Yeah, why would I say that? That's ridiculous.
Because you saying they weren't black, and we.
Oh my God! This a term. This is an anachronism.
Yeah, well, I understand.
He's just saying that
the
Africans didn't identify themselves.
Okay,
hold on.
You made your position, Unc, and I understand it since you put it in that way.
Well, I swear I've been saying that.
No, you've been saying it different, Unc.
I ain't said that shit no damn different.
All right.
Bobby Banger's been saying the same thing for years. Since I've known him. So I don't know what's been said.
Right, because I read the UNESCO shit. Yo, I ain't go look, and then I used the Wikipedia article to show y'all, right? Look, this is right here. I ain't never not went past this. Look.
Say unequivocally, the Egyptians weren't black. So we all crazy.
Yeah, that's you gotta stop, bro.
I don't gotta stop. Look, no, hold on. Wait. Everybody be quiet. Hold on. 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I come right here. I do this. I say, they ain't changed this shit. I say, mainstream scholars reject the notion that the Egyptians was white or black civilization. I said that. Look, because I'm reading this. I said they maintain that applying a modern notion of black or white races to ancient Egypt and anachronistic. And I defined what it was, and I always say this. I said, guess what, y'all? When you find camels in the Bible, it's anachronistic.
Anachronistic, yeah.
Okay, and that meaning it's out of place, meaning those people didn't do that. I say, in addition, it says scholars reject the notion explicit in the notion of a black or white Egyptian hypothesis.
It means that chronology.
Yep. I was literally just getting ready to read this.
Hold on.
Go ahead. Keep going, because this is what I'm getting ready to
hold on. Wait. So I'm saying Diops came with the black hypothesis. The white boys came with the white hypothesis. They threw the white boy shit out, right? And then the Diops fight. That's how it went. It say that ancient Egypt was racially homogenous. Instead, skin color varied between peoples of lower, right, and upper Egypt. I said that because of the skin map. And I said just like this. I say the river is the longest river on planet Earth. 4,100 miles. It goes through 2 zones. When I'm talking about zones, I'm talking about Zena Jabrowski and Chaplin. She came up with the daggone theory of why your skin is that color. Right here, it says Nubia, who in various eras rose to power in ancient Egypt, within Egypt history, despite multiple foreign, watch this, and this where everybody disagree with me, despite multiple foreign invasions, the demographics were not shifted substantially by large migrations. I ain't never said nothing different than that.
Now, that's
Anybody say I
wonderful.
have, y'all wild for that shit. That's why when I make the point that Chief X is wild for that, because I've been saying this shit for 10 years, yo. I ain't called the Egyptians black since I left the coast of New Wapo. Once I got scientifically literate, I went straight. I was reading Diops. I'm like you, Sosa. I was reading Diops when I was in the New Wapian.
That's right.
I'm telling you that, yo. I got the Dr. Ben. I ain't even read his books, right? I got his books later on in the game. You know what I'm saying? But I was straight, definitely on Diops. I looked at Dr. Ben tape, and he was talking about atheism without using the word. He was like, I don't believe in God, my mother God. That's atheism. Right? So I've never said anything more than that shit right there. And I've been saying this shit for damn near 12, 13 fucking years. I've been reading the Cairo Symposium. So anybody like Chief X line talking about, nigga, I ain't never said they was black, my nigga. I said black African power for African Americans. And never did I think, and when I was in the cult, I thought that the Egyptians was black Americans. But once I got fucking literate, I knew not to say that.
So basically, we didn't understand your argument.
You love that. You love that
just
sentence,
saying
though.
that you weren't.
That's my favorite sentence, ain't it though? Ain't it, Corey?
You always throw us off.
We just talked about that last night.
What's up, man?
Sheffrey.
Yeah, I see what you're
Thinking
saying.
about my brother. It don't matter if you're black or white.
Wait, hold on. This is what I reject the most.
Hold on. Boy, that's the most famous.
Hey, Corey, hold on, Corey. Corey, fucking Chef, Sosa, Kent, you know what I'm saying? Vance, nigga, we start arguing 6 o'clock in the morning for 3 years straight. Niggas don't know what it's like. Nigga, we did so much on Egypt, nigga, that we don't even got to argue no more. Like, we know Egypt like the back of our fucking hand, yo. Trust me. We went for every blade of grass. I wake up one morning, Corey, and said, we got him now, nigga. We got him. Them niggas start talking about some fucking site and what's the site called, Chef? You know what I'm talking about, Corey. What's the name of the site, yo? In Lower Egypt, yo. Begin with an F, I believe.
Oh, you talking about the Fayum?
Yeah, they like, we got you. Nigga, then we argued for 3 weeks on Fayum. Every blade of grass, every arc out. Then Brendan to come through. Nigga, ain't nobody argued like we did, nigga, for 3 years from 6 o'clock in the morning to hit the button at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. All day, every day, double X dive in, yo. We understand. And ain't none of us, watch this, and for 3 years straight, not near one of us ever said that African Americans was fucking Egyptians and Egyptians was black. We never used that word. Am I right or wrong on my line?
So you mean black is a social construct?
But we was,
that's what
we
you're
was
saying,
upset about
that
the
you
way
can't
you
use that
okay.
because
That's
the Egyptians didn't
fair.
identify themselves as black.
They don't identify themselves as black. It's an anachronism. We just read it.
Right. They
I
don't
see. Okay, so let
identify
me
themselves as black,
expound.
but
I can see that, Uncle. What I'm saying is
Yeah, do that for me.
we can't say that the Egyptians identified themselves as black as in a social construct, but we can.
Give me the sentence, yo.
We can identify those people easily as black people because their phenotypes are diverse, which is the whole key to what black is. It is incorporating, yes, that's what black means as far as black people. This is describing people
No, we say
who have
Africans
diverse
got the most
phenotypes.
diverse. Listen,
right?
you mean, hold on, stop.
There we go. Black Africans. See,
You
there
saying
we go.
Africa? Why they just Africans with diversity?
They black Africans because of their diversity. This is the label that
Oh yeah, I'm confused. Y'all gotta help me out.
Okay, hold on. Let me
somebody.
Hey, but let me stay
know.
real one quick thing.
I like that.
Because y'all had to come over here. Like y'all couldn't fool with them on their home court. They ran y'all off the home. Y'all already really won
crazy.
Robert today. I don't even know why y'all came over here arguing with these niggas. Y'all won for the
Bro,
day.
this is
We
still
want
we
to
still winning.
talk.
Done
Only
now.
thing that
We
Unc
want
is
to talk to
proving,
Unc.
the source.
You should have took your
Still
victory and
winning.
ran off. Now you come
We
on their
winning.
home court. They gonna make the rules over here.
Bro,
Yeah.
No, but what I
Won.
want to
Y'all
know,
already
listen, bro.
won.
We
Take
want
your
to
Let me
talk
win,
ask
to
you
run.
this
Unc,
question.
no,
Celebration
man.
is
The
what
only
that
thing
was.
Unc has proven is that the Egyptians don't, that the Africans don't identify themselves as black, which is wonderful, which
That's
is
all
great.
of them.
So that's
That's it.
beautiful. But I'm saying that we understanding the term black and what it illustrates is
Unc
that it
understands it too.
incorporates. Let me finish, Suntan, great king.
Yes,
We
sir.
can identify them as black due to understanding understanding that terminology. Black is a term that is designated to describe people of African origin, African descent, hence Afro-American, hence African American, hence Black African. That's what we just
I ain't
read.
mad at him. Listen,
You see what I'm saying?
his
So that's the
argument
most
is
beautiful thing
consistent.
about it is that
It's
we can
colonialism,
identify
yo.
them
But
as
the
That's
nigga
colonialism,
making
yo.
sense though, yo. He the only one on here making sense.
Chef,
That's right.
And
everybody
that's
Shut up,
great.
Chef.
And I disagree with the nigga.
Oh,
But he
okay,
the only
okay.
one who makes
Chef accepted.
sorry,
Chef
guys.
accepted.
That's what's sad
his
about it.
bashing.
All
He
right.
accepted.
They
He
go Chef
accepted us
bashing them now,
bashing
boy. You
over
ain't
here.
Well,
right,
I
bro.
want to know in the scientific realm, how do they differentiate between different human species? Like, what
Oh,
words are we
hell
supposed
no.
to be
That's
using?
funny as shit right there, yo.
Watch
Yeah,
All
this.
right,
I thought Unc was trying to change
Robert,
his
hey,
opinion.
They
Robert,
gonna answer
What's
this
up,
question.
King?
Robert, you're doing good. James about to mess your argument up. So
No,
Go
wait a
ahead,
minute,
you
man.
James.
need
I'm
to
gonna ask
He
them.
gonna
I'm
get
gonna
his
ask
detach.
them
Listen,
something.
James' turn.
They say we're
you
not
need
supposed
to
to use
detach
black
from
or
him right
Negro,
now.
but I want to know in the taxonomy of science, how do you
Watch.
differentiate the different human species on the planet? I mean, or the different
Different
humans
human
on
species.
Earth.
There you
We ain't
go.
going the ass all day.
How do you do
That's
it?
what I'm saying, James. We don't really. It's really what they're
Yo,
gonna
this
say
get
is
bad,
that
bro.
we are all related, Homo sapiens sapiens, but people
You
really
done wasted so
identify
many
It's the
themselves
years,
different
bro.
as
You talking
tribes,
phenotypes,
about
bro.
yo.
human
That's
species.
how you gonna
You
identify.
don't feel defeated? You should.
You gonna
You should feel
nah.
defeated
What I'm
right now,
saying is,
bro.
You
I
ain't
agree
lying,
with
yo.
Those people
Man,
gonna identify
you
themselves
use
by
genetics to
tribe.
determine
They're gonna
different
say
how
that
we
we are,
differentiated
but that's how
each
you
other
gonna say.
between each
Human
other,
species.
regardless.
What I'm saying, you're gonna identify them as tribes. You got the Mandari, you got the Mandinka, you got the Fulani, you got the Hammer, you got the Karo, you got the Ashanti.
The Hammer? Who
typically
the hell is the Hammer? I ain't never heard of them, yo. You
the
made
Hammer
that up.
tribe of the Omo Valley, you should check that out, Great King. They beautiful people like us.
He trying
You
to
know what I'm
get
saying?
me.
Black and
Great King.
beautiful with black skin and woolly hair and
Yeah,
big
Great
noses and
King.
broad noses. So
Yeah.
so that's the most beautiful thing about those people. They look just like us.
Hold
You
on,
know
let
what
me
I'm
get in
saying?
there,
So
Great King. Let me get in there, Great King. So
okay, but
hey,
let me
work
finish
up.
it off
Hey,
though,
work.
G.
Hey, work.
Let me
My
finish,
bad,
King. I
Great King.
promise
My
you, I'm
bad,
gonna
Great
land
King.
real
Go ahead.
quick.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay,
He
so
being
so
facetious.
people of African origin aren't gonna identify themselves as black people. They already know that is a racial construct that we have developed in America. Now the key is that that because we developed that in America, understanding that we are of black African origin, we apply that to the peoples of Africa, which it should not be any contradiction or contention with that. The only stance that you have is that people of African origin didn't identify themselves as black, but we can, understanding the definition of black and that it incorporates many different aspects of
Yeah, you
African
tripping.
people, their phenotypes, their cultures. That is why we call them black, because that is the literal definition.
Oh man.
Facts.
Let me say fact. Let me
Y'all
ask you a
get put out of
question.
school for that
That's the
shit,
Let me
man.
ask
definition
you a
of black.
question. Let me ask you a question, Great King.
A
At
man of
what
African
period?
origin.
Hold on, listen. At what period did
A
non-black
person of
people
African
first come?
origin.
Listen. At what period did non-black people come into Africa?
What
What time
period did
period?
non-black people come into
What you
Africa?
mean? That don't
Yeah.
even make no sense.
Hold on, bro.
So
Let him answer. It gotta make sense, bro. Hold on. Just let him answer it, bro. At what period did non-black people come in ancient Egypt?
At what period did well, I mean, there's many different periods of when they came in, start coming in, but I can't be entirely sure, but I know that they came in. What's your point, King?
I'm trying to figure
We
out who
know
you
that
gonna.
the
I'm trying to.
Hyksos came in and they ruled for 100 years. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I can't attest that that's prevalent enough to change the entire structure and
So your
phenotypes
concept.
of an indigenous
I'm just trying
African
to get clarity.
population.
So your concept of blackness stops at Africa. Like you don't carry blackness outside of Africa. That's what
Well,
you
the
say.
problem is when you begin to attach the term black to people outside of Africa, it's not going to apply except directly to their skin tone. When we're talking about black, we're talking about people of African origin. So when you
Okay.
say that these people are black here in Syria or the Andamanese Islands, or because that's where you want to go, yeah, those people have black skin, but they're not black because they're not referred to or considered people of African origin.
So the people in Adamese Island, you said they're non-black people.
Now they dark skin, but they ain't black.
No. But yeah, okay, so they're non-black people.
Yo, you messing it up more. You had
Don't help me, Chef.
Yeah,
you
help.
made a good point.
How?
Don't keep
How's
talking
that
to these
messed up, dog?
niggas.
These people
Hey,
aren't black
Robert, you all
because
right?
the
Just
term
let's
black.
leave it be and let them talk.
No, let them.
no,
Hey,
no.
Robert, you gotta let other people talk because what
Go
you're
ahead,
doing
go
is you're digging yourself. They just looking for shit to dive on.
Right.
And you keep talking. You already proved a good point. You're the only one who made sense. Now make them make sense.
Right.
How can,
Stop
but
talking.
King, why would I
sense.
agree with that, Chef? Why
Come
would I
on,
say
you know.
that people of Andamanese Islands or India are
What
black
what
because they have
Robert
dark
is saying
skin?
Why
is
would
the
you
people
throw
of-
India in there?
Well,
You
well,
met
because
the
well, not
damn
even,
That's what the
we're
meaning
talking
of the
about
word is, bro.
the term black is specifically referring to people of African origin. Now, if we got arguments that people of India have
No,
African
that's
origin,
not what it means.
then we can do that. But what I'm
Don't do
talking
that,
about, the term black is talking about Africa. It says black Africans, people of African origin, black African. That's the literal definition of black,
Right.
black African or
Stay right
African
there.
American.
Hey, Robert, let
or
me help you out a
Afro
little
American.
bit. Robert, let
We're
me help
talking
you out a little
about
bit.
people of African origin. So if
Hey,
you ain't of
Robert.
African origin, you can't be considered black as far as a racial construct.
Hey, Robert, let me help you out a little
What?
bit. It's
Oh
all
yeah, he
about
might be correct on that too.
Yeah, he is. It's all about
Nah, he
everybody.
rocking, Chef. He rocking. Just stay right there, baby. Stay
No,
right
he
there.
didn't fight.
Go ahead.
He doing
Bro,
too
I'm
much.
ready, bro.
Like,
Go ahead.
It's all about the out of Africa theory, Robert. That's what you getting
Man,
into.
listen, that's not gonna
Here we
hold
go.
up, G.
Here we go.
Yeah,
At that
that's
point,
gonna hold
then
up.
everybody black. You see what I'm saying? We ain't gonna
No.
go with that.
Hey, well, hold on. We got a
That's
commercial break.
futile.
We got a commercial break, man. It's
Okay.
going down, man. Damn near 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, man. September the 15th, man. 7 o'clock. African spirituality versus science. It's going all the way down. We want to figure out what the hell is African spirituality, yo. Is that a European creation right there? What is it that Sekou want to get us back to? Where is he trying to push us to? At what point? What is he doing for us? That's what we want to know. And it's going down. All right, back to our regular programming.
Oh, look, what is that you got on right there?
That's a doctor's coat.
When we talking about
It look like that's a sign, like you got on a science jacket or something.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yo, you
when
out
we're
of control.
talking about people of African origin, we're
pretty
talking
cool,
about
huh?
people.
Computer-generated photo.
It's
Ah,
nice.
Lord.
That was pretty nice right there.
Yeah,
That
I
was
like
crazy.
that.
No, I ain't never looked at that jacket
That's
yet.
not going to work, G. That's not going to work. When we're talking about people of African origin, we're talking about people who develop their culture. They maintain the area for a specific amount of time, X amount of time, that this is where we are knowing these people to be from. This is where we can classify them as being indigenous to these lands because they have been there for X amount of years. We're not talking about the out of Africa theory. We're not talking about everybody came out of Africa, so that means that they black. That's just absurd. We're talking about people, that set up in the particular areas for a particular amount of time where they developed a particular culture where they can be specifically and distinctly identified from anybody else.
yo, what you do is you talk till you dead wrong.
That's 100% correct.
No, you talk too long. You make a good point, and you just keep going till you're dead wrong, yo.
How can
Stop?
that
You
wrong?
just fuck it. I'm trying to help you.
Go ahead, Chef. I want you to help me.
It'll
Tell
go
me
into
how I'm
different
wrong,
things,
Bob.
Robert. That's all he's
Yeah,
saying.
you throwing too much. You'll make a good point, then you'll try to add so much to it till you're wrong.
No, he asked me, King. He said,
You initially
do I
right,
think
Robert.
that the people of Andamanese Islands, or whatever position or specific question you asked me, and I said, no, they can't be black.
But they have to be. Hold on, stop. They, according to
black.
you, right?
No.
According to, just according to your initial argument. You get that? You said that Negroid, right, was replaced by black. The people of the Adamese, hold on, the people of the Adamese Islands was classified as Negroid first. So right there, you just need to stop.
You have to
Okay,
stop.
well, if they were classified as Negroid, are you saying that they are, because the term black that replaced Negroid don't say anything about Adam and Eve's Islands? It says black African. It says Afro-American. It says African American. So how you get Adam and Eve's Islands?
Because that comment, that paragraph,
you gotta go out the scope of wiki sometimes. See, that's what I be saying. Because sometimes wiki they kind of limited in their understanding of certain things.
That paragraph that you read about black
you just proved wiki to be not reliable in a certain.
That's not what it just proved.
No, he did not.
That's exactly why they got rid of the term Negroid. That's exactly why. They got rid of it for the very reason that.
So are you telling me, Robert? Are you telling me that the people of the Adam and Eve's Islands don't have a similar phenotype than us?
Yeah, but I'm talking about according to the definition of the term black.
So they were classified as Negro because of that.
But that's why the term is outdated, sir. That's why they ain't use it no more. Because you can't just say for that specific.
Now you arguing against yourself.
How? Now you arguing myself, G.
Oh, that was shameful.
Listen, King. The term Negro was replaced by black for a specific reason. Because you're trying to group everybody that got similar features into a particular group.
Hey, Robert.
Which is false.
Robert,
let me finish, King, because I'm cooking. I know you want to interrupt
right here. No, you're doing too much.
Man, I'm not.
Hey,
You just
Robert,
refusing to understand. It's so simple, G.
Hey, Robert, are indigenous Australians?
That's exactly why they got rid of it.
Because
you can't say that the
indigenous Australians are
the same as the people of this region in Africa. You can't say that the people of Malaysia are the same people.
Robert, are indigenous Australians black people?
I'm with you. Your point is understood. Let's move on.
They're different people. That's why they got rid of the term Negroid. And black specifically refers to people of African.
Are indigenous Australians black people?
Indigenous Australians? You said indigenous to Australia, not Africa. So by definition, they're not black.
Right.
We're talking about the term black and what it defines.
This is crazy, man.
What you mean? We're talking about the term black and what it defines.
Black is a racialized classification of people. Usually,
there you go. And it's
please be quiet. Please be quiet, bro.
Groups.
All right, you've been
African American.
He can't be quiet. He can't do it.
Hey, I need you to stop talking at this point.
Go ahead, T. Go ahead.
Black is a racialized classification of people, usually a political and usually a political and skin color based category for specific population with a mid to dark brown complexion. Not all people considered black have dark skin. Not all people considered black have dark skin. Not all people considered black have dark skin.
I never said that. Keep going.
Often in socially based systems of racial classification in the Western world, the term black is used to describe persons who are perceived as dark skinned compared to other populations. It is most commonly used for people of sub-Saharan African ancestry, indigenous Australians, and Melanesians. It is most commonly used
right there. And we're talking about black.
It is most commonly used for people of sub-Saharan African ancestry, indigenous Australians, and Melanesians, though it has been applied in many contexts to other groups as well. So we leave it. We don't even know who all those other people are. So my brother, you gotta stop, man. Keep talking about Africans, man.
He's reading wiki.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's even better.
It's the same article we've been reading.
Because I always wanted those people to be included anyway.
I know.
I just was confused about the complete definition. So really, that ain't do nothing but help my argument. You just compare some people from Malaysia who look like us. You can talk about some people from
Melanesian
that look like
not
us.
Malaysia.
Well, okay, well, that's wonderful. That makes me happy because then now I got a foot to stand on because I knew those people were black. I just was
now you just
said they black.
That's wonderful.
Robert, now you're saying they're black.
Now they black as hell.
You said they wasn't black at
What
first.
you mean?
He was
Because I
talking
was
about by
all right,
definition.
like I said, that's wonderful because I
understand
was
what he's
clear
saying.
Are you
about
making
the
the amendment
definition.
now?
I
too.
thought that it only
Hey,
referred to
Robert,
people of
are you
black
making
African
the
origin,
amendment?
of
Robert,
black
let's
origin.
allow you.
Let
So
me
if it
finish.
didn't say that, hold up. If it didn't say that
James,
by definition,
Hey,
you wouldn't
James,
agree.
let's
I
allow
like
him
that.
to.
Hold
James,
on.
Well,
hold
if
on
you
one
didn't
second.
say it by definition, yeah,
Hey,
I would
Robert,
because them
No,
all
no,
jokes
no.
over
That's
there.
what your
Robert.
stance was before this.
Hey,
If
Robert.
it wasn't in the definition, you wouldn't have agreed.
Robert, can you now make the amendment to your previous stand? Are you going to amend
Yes.
what you said or not?
Yes, I will. That's
Okay,
beautiful.
make the
Y'all make
amendment.
me
I want
happy.
you to hold on, Robert. I want you to make the amendment,
What's
and I
up?
want you to
What's up, Corey?
include the Melanesians. I want you to
Okay.
include in indigenous
Yeah, you got to include
Australians
me, man.
with
Okay.
these Africans you talk about. Make the
Okay.
amendment. State it in a
Okay.
full
My
sentence if you
amendment.
would.
My amendment is, let me clarify, and I'm glad
It's
that y'all
about to be
corrected.
20 minutes.
No,
I'm
you
not
ain't. We
above.
ain't 20 minutes. I'm tired of hearing you
I'm
talk, man.
definitely not above correction. I was.
Yeah, because you failed
I
the
was.
litmus test. That's why.
Well, now
Yeah.
this is wonderful. I like to learn
This
too.
what happened to
I don't
me
know
the
everything.
other day, allow him to amend it.
Is it?
I
It
love
happened
to
to me the
learn.
Go ahead and amend
I
it right
love
quick.
to
Go ahead,
learn.
Robert.
This is a beautiful thing. That means we got magi artists all over the globe.
Hey, Robert, go
So
ahead
what
and
this-
amend it.
Okay, let
Yeah,
me
Robert,
amend.
we've been saying
So
this.
if
You
the
so
term
behind.
black,
We
like
scientifically
you
did it
just
over
read,
here, yo.
includes not only black Africans, but it also includes people of the Adam and Eve. Is
There
that
you
what you
go.
read, sir? I don't
Yep.
have it pulled up. Who did it include?
Indigenous Australians,
Yep.
Melanesians, and other groups.
This is wonderful, G, because I knew those people were black.
All
Man,
right,
this
good.
is so good.
Oh, this
So
nigga
yeah,
crazy.
I'm with that, G.
So you good now?
I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy about it, G. What you
Okay,
mean?
good.
Yo, you know they're more closely related to
Thank you, man.
Europeans, though,
I
right?
appreciate it.
Well, I mean that's fine. That's fine.
You know that,
what I
right?
mean? Because I mean, you talking about DNA? We know that DNA can't prove ethnicity. It don't matter who they mostly related
All
to.
right,
We
so hold
talking
on, slow
about
it down,
based
Rob.
He
Hey,
on
made
Rob,
a
the
slow it
racial
down.
original
We're gonna
construct.
slow you down.
We
You've been
straight
going
now.
fast. You've
We
been
straight
going
now.
quick.
We can move
We're
on.
gonna slow you down for a minute. Listen,
I like this though.
listen. I know you do. You getting hit all in the face. I know you like
Nah, man. This is a cool breeze.
So listen, what we want to tell you is, right, we study anthropology. We study
Okay.
evolution, Charles Darwin evolution. And I use the word Charles Darwin to scare you away. I'm gonna already know if you're listening and paying attention. And so those people, although they may resemble, right, people on the continent, they actually not.
Oh, y'all. Oh,
Who you got to fight? You got the big giant Doug against the little Doug.
hell yeah, they crazy.
Little Doug be going hard, don't he?
Yeah, he crazy.
Crazy, yo. The big Doug be chilling like, go ahead with all that. So yeah, the point I want to make here is that, you know, just because somebody look like you, and if we pull the pictures up, right, that's what they was thinking back then. That's why that statement Chef made was correct about everybody thought if you was light on the black continent, you was an invader. That's what they thought. The Berbers was white people. I swear. Yeah, they messed that all up. They had the Berbers being Indo-Europeans. Yep, that's not even the truth. That ain't the truth. So if I pull this up and show y'all a picture, right? Done this before. All right. Let's see where you at. Right here. All right. So if I pull indigenous Australian Malaysians, if we hit the Malaysians. All right, here, look. I'm gonna share the screen. Look, this is funny as hell right here. Look, it's funny. And Diop's, everybody was thinking that in their mind. Yo, they was. Yo, we represent that generation. I swear, yo, y'all don't realize that we represent the generation that ain't going for it. Because we got the data now. Look, Sarah Stupicetti would call these black people, right?
You could tell.
And they thought I was crazy. Hold on, they thought I was crazy for saying they wasn't. Right? That's where the split came. Y'all want to know when the split came? Right? When that nigga said, I was like, don't believe in God, but don't throw away all of God. Like, I didn't understand none of that shit that man was saying. Look, right here. You would swear. It's not an African American. Right? Look, here you go. What about, look at the bush. Look, it will argue you down. That is like mighty Hebrew, don't it?
A little bit.
That's a mighty.
Oh, man, come on, man.
Petty.
Man,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the mighty Hebrew.
He
kinda
is in
crazy.
Look at that,
Tanzania.
yo. I'm trying to tell you, mustache and all that shit. Look, you would swear, yo. Y'all would argue me. Man, come on, yo. No elders was getting around that, yo. Look at that. Roniki Rashid, he couldn't get around this. He would not, he can't get around that. He wouldn't.
Different phenotype.
Yeah, that was my man too, Noka City.
Yeah, that's my man, yo. He had me. Yeah, all jokes aside, yo.
Kid with the pictures, shit, nigga,
Yeah,
I was
shit.
convinced. Nigga.
Look at this, yo.
All praises to the ancestor.
Look, check this out right here, yo. Look, when I was young, y'all had that golden hair like that. Yep. Look at that. You ain't gonna tell me they don't like African Americans. That person will argue you down. That's an African American. What you talking about? They not though. Look, they not. Look.
Nobody would say that they were African American.
Shit. Look at that.
Not African. Not African American.
Hold on, Chef.
Why you keep saying African American?
Oh, okay, so
all
what
them,
you
all
think?
them look like that. All of them got blonde hair. Some of them.
No, all them don't got blonde hair,
Yeah,
Chef.
some of
I'm
them
just
look
saying,
split.
what
Yeah,
okay, who tell me this don't look like the
blonde hair
average black
changes.
person in America?
Yeah, but
Sign of the salt water also.
yeah,
Well, I mean that's my opinion though. You ain't gonna argue over opinions, right?
no. I'm saying that every conversation we have, right? You throw African American in there, right? Even when we talk about the Egyptians being considered black, you always throw in there African American. Like, I'm not saying that they're African American. It's like it's a throw off tactic. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I don't think nobody is actually saying that they are African American. That's a particular group of people. But being in that outdated racial category with African Americans and sub-Saharan Africans is what the argument actually is.
Right. There you go, Chef. That's it.
Not that they are African Americans, that they could be put in the same outdated racial category.
That's all.
That's what I'm talking about. I ain't throwing nobody off, bro.
That's
I'm
all
talking
I
about
was
just
saying.
the range
Just
of
what
skin
Chef
color
said.
in
That's
the
what I was
mixing.
saying.
That's what the hell I said, Chef. I ain't never meant because I read it from right
you
here.
straightened it out with me, but that's what I was thinking. But Chef said just what I was thinking. So
Man, I ain't
you
say
know,
shit. I read it right here. Listen, I'm gonna show you where I read it at. Here you go. Look.
That they was African American.
No,
yeah, that's the part I want, because you be saying Americans.
Nah, man, I read it from right here, man. Come on with all that.
I'm saying, man, you saying American.
Y'all mistakenly look. You mistakenly hear what I didn't say and say what I didn't say. That's what's going on. I
You just said African American, though.
No, I actually meant that they look like some African Americans. I meant that.
Right. No, I'm talking about I'm talking about your old argument.
Right. I ain't got no old argument. I got the same damn argument.
Yeah, that's okay. Well,
when you throw
go ahead,
Smash do it sometimes too.
Get him, dog. Get him. All right, here. All right, position, amount of scholarship. Hold on. Let me go to, I know who to go to. Article, Egypt, Hermione. Let me say he wrote that. Nope, not black or white. Terminology. Okay. Let me see. To take the terminology here in the United States and draft it into African anthropology is incorrect. They say you can add that we are applying the racial diversiveness to Egypt that they would never have accepted. Okay, we know that. Hold on. Let me come to him. Okay, right here. Any characterization of race of the ancient Egyptians depends on a modern cultural definition, not on scientific basis. Thus, the modern American standards, it is reasonable to characterize the Egyptians as black while acknowledging the scientific evidence for the physical diversity of Africans. He continues, the Egyptians' practices show strong similarities to modern African culture, including divine kingship, to use the headdress, body art, circumcision, male coming to age rituals, all suggest an African stratum or foundation for Egyptian civilization. But so people get it mixed up, right? He's just simply saying, trying to apply the modern construct to it, right? Thus, the modern American standard is it is reasonable to characterize the Egyptians as black. That's what he's saying, while acknowledging the scientific evidence for physical diversity of Africans. All right, so we know we look him up, right? That's what he's saying. But you got to, how scientists talk sometime and anthropologists talk sometime. it sounds like he's saying do it, but he really saying don't do it because he
So
said they wouldn't do that.
what population outside of Africa or
Mhm.
Black Africa, right, or Sub-Saharan Africa, was people trying to compare the Egyptians to? What that Diop in them? They were talking about Africans from or Black Africans from the continent of Africa. They wasn't talking about other populations of Black people because they were, you know, Black people wasn't in America yet at the time of the Egyptians. So Diop and them was trying to connect them phenotypically, right, with African people. So
Right.
we got to stay right there. Nobody was talking about African Americans.
I agree.
Right,
That
right.
I ain't gonna debate that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna debate that. Of course not. They never.
Okay, that's
no,
all
for
I
sure.
was saying, man. That was
I think Dr. Benning was though.
No, Dr. Ben ain't never do that.
I think he was trying to say that.
Well, what they were saying was we're the descendants of African people on the continent because we are African Americans. So by proxy, if the civilization was started by African people, then that includes us as well. I don't understand why we would be confused about what they. That's why they, you know what I mean? Like it's just like saying Dr. Clark and them was tripping to me.
It's just make sense.
Some of the elder was saying that when the foreigners came in, that we was pushed out of Egypt and we fled down into West Africa and we got caught up in the slave trade, and that's how you have people.
No, I wouldn't go all that far.
No, that's a little reaching, Sosa.
See, now you went too far. If they said all that, they went too far.
No, that's what the elder.
That is being said.
That's what. Now hold up, y'all got to pull that up. Boy,
that's what
I'm just gonna go out like that.
That's what Infudishi says. That's what.
We ain't talking about this.
Hold on.
Who else we talking about?
That's what Baba Haru says.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, we're not listening to them two.
What they say?
Well, what was Dr. Ben talking about in the Black Man of the Nile?
Baba Haru said that we're part of Egypt, that culture that ran. We fled into West Africa.
Yeah.
And then when we made our way into West Africa and we got caught up in the slave trade. That's what Baba Haru said.
Yep. He said that.
He on video saying that.
Yep.
But
he's the only one that agrees with that.
Not everybody just follow Infudishi. You know what I'm saying?
So who is your master teacher? Who is your master?
It's not. Well, people that I have respect for as far as like teaching African history is like a Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben, and then it's going to pretty much go into Diop on the continent and Theophilo Bang, and that's going to be the family.
So you know what Diop was saying.
Hold on, you asked me for me personally. That's my family tree of trying to understand what African history is. You know, and
so you know what Diop was saying about the Black
for that tree to a degree, I will give credence to until they do something that I don't agree with.
And you'll stop following them.
So yeah, so if you start saying that you believe that Heru really had a falcon head, and you believe that, then I'm no longer going to
Why
agree.
it's gotta be extreme though?
Can't do that. I'm
just giving you for instance as to what would be a criteria for me to stop listening.
Well, that's awful extreme.
Yeah, but you know, some people go to that extreme.
But you know that was allegory.
Bobby
You know that was
one mic. Bobby Banger. We also have a couple people that want to join the panel, but it's full. If a few would like to drop down so other people can get in their comments or questions, please and thank you.
Okay, I'll drop down. Hey, let me ask you this. When you do your litmus test, and you know me and you, we got our vaccination in the 60s, right? So why you never use that?
You said what?
We was baby boomers. We got our vaccinations. They lined us up when I was 4 years old. We got them vaccinations, right?
Did you die though?
No, I'm saying it worked. I got my vaccination this time.
Hey, that's what Unc been saying. That's what Unc been saying for years. He been saying, he been saying that that's the whole point. People have been vaccinated in all this time and ain't nobody dropped dead. So all these new age people is just full of shit. That's what he's trying to tell people.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Because I got my shot and I took one for the that new shit was out. So I agree with you on some points. Unc, you threw me off when you was, with this stuff here. But we good.
Anthropology.
Hey,
Right.
you know what article that you should present about the people in Papua New Guinea and the Aborigine Australians?
Go ahead.
The light skin and dark skin both evolved in Africa, and it talks about the people like the Aborigine Australians, the Melanesians, the people in Papua New Guinea, those people that was able to obtain that dark skin that stayed in zone 1. It teaches you why they was able to maintain that morphology and have that skin type, because they stayed in zone 1 compared to people living in zone 2. You know, when you get to Egypt, that's zone 2. So the skin pigmentation, see, we look at it like the person all the way in Australia or the person in the Andamanese Islands who could be classified as black because of his morphology and his skin tone puts him in a better proximity line than the people in Egypt, or the Egyptian should look like that. But it don't even make sense for an Egyptian to look like that. Not even an ancient Egyptian. If we look at the zone that Egypt is in, and the zone that Australia is in, and the zone in Andamanese Islands, it only makes sense that they should have dark skin compared to ancient Egyptians. They wouldn't have been dark skinned. Not even, I mean, in desert adapted populations, it's harder, it's more observation of ultraviolet radiation when you're highly dark because of the level. If you understand how, look, they're desert adapted people. They've been up there for a very long time. So it don't make sense for an Egyptian to look like people in Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, or even a person in Australia. Look at the zone.
That's false.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You saying people in the desert can adapt light skin? You think that's natural?
Nah, I never said light skin.
I'm trying to be clear right here. This is what you're telling us.
Hold on.
You want us just common sense.
Maybe you should let me talk. I never said like the average Egyptian in Upper Egypt is my color or aunt color.
We ain't talking about that right now.
What are you talking about?
Can you please
I said nothing about white people.
Hold on, we talking about the skin color map in the equatorial zone that make people become
I said that Egypt is not zone 1. People in zone 1, people in Australia, people in sub-Saharan Africa, people that live in sub-equatorial zones, it makes sense for them to have dark skin. Egypt,
why wouldn't it make sense for Egyptians to have dark skin?
Hold on, bro.
Just explain.
I'm trying to get my point across. I know it makes people people are so blackified and blackology, they disgusted. They're racist. They can't help it because everything got to be black. What I'm trying to tell you is that
you're trying to characterize us as racist.
Slow down.
I'm trying to get my point. I'm trying to get my point across.
And Gozi, I don't think you understand what you mean by zones.
I'm trying to get my point across. You can't use haplogroups. You can't use.
You got to break down zones.
I'm trying to get my point across. You can't use You can't use haplogroups because haplogroups only make up less than 1% of your DNA. So for somebody to hold on to Ramesses III and his son having E1B1A as if that proves that you're an Egyptian is false. I also believe that all of the elders who do teach that bullshit that we are some people that migrated from Egypt and went into West Africa is completely false, and they're completely pseudo, and they don't make sense, and it's stupid. Wallahi is stupid. So all I'm saying is that the Egyptians are Egyptians. The modern Egyptians are the ancient Egyptians. And they are their own proximity, and they are those people. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, I was saying that Gozi, like when you talk about the zones, though, he don't understand what you meant by the zones.
No, I understand exactly what a damn desert is. And
I'm saying Robert Brown don't get it when he's talking about the zones.
Desert ain't gonna develop no light skin. That shit is crazy.
Gozi has been
hey, brother can I say something? I'm gonna be up here now. I'm gonna be up here now. Leave. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, you can't bulldoze though. You just bulldoze everything.
Sorry. Okay. Well, let me know when I can go. I apologize.
Let's go back there and goes this. We got to address this comment first. We can't just leave that on the table. I think that he's been very disingenuous.
Sipping last night.
Now you're going to just jump to something else. Nah, and Gozi just said some wild shit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? With all due respect, my brother, that was wild. You can't just eliminate and just classify it. Then how could you even make that comparison? How could you correlate that? How could you say that they can't be dark skinned because they in a desert area? We know that you did
that is crazy.
You don't understand. You don't understand what I said. I don't think nobody.
No, I did, G, and I just feel like
there's more. There's more. If you understand the amino acid that's driven for melanin or melanocytes to abstract as tyrosine. So your skin pigmentation helps you. It helps you synthesize vitamin. Actually, black darker skinned people, it's harder for them to synthesize vitamin D. But your skin helps protect you from ultraviolet radiations. So if a person was blue black, hold on, no.
Hey, mute that guy, man.
Hold on. I'm trying to get my point. I'm trying to get my point across.
Mute out. Let that man finish.
But I mean, interjecting for a second ain't gonna kill nobody.
It's okay. I'm almost done. I don't take long, bro. I'm like Sonic. I go in and out, bro. Wallahi, I do.
Damn.
Let me just say this though, bro. So it takes time, right? When you're highly darkly pigmented, right? When you're highly darkly pigmented, there's more heat absorption and much more sweat for you to be highly pigmented in very desert zones. When you're intermediate brown, like the Egyptians depicted themselves, or some populations in North Africa that we find, not the Delta part near the Mediterranean when you get to the border, north, but the people that's in the Sahara, the people that's in intermediate, you're gonna have that intermediate brown skin. The skin is just fixed for that. And then if you look at the zone 1, zone 2, it makes sense to the person in Australia, a person in Papua New Guinea, a person in the Andaman Islands, a person in India who live in sub-equatorial zones to be highly pigmented compared to populations in zone 2. Egypt falls in zone 2. That's what it falls in.
And that's what that skin map we be showing.
He has a good point. He has a good point there.
That's why we show you the skin map. That's why
I understand what you're saying about the skin map, but the problem is historical accounts is what you got to deal with. You can't just throw out
about that.
All of these historical accounts that clearly describe the ancient
let's talk about that.
Who have black skin. You
let's
just
talk
gonna
about
throw
that
out, G?
Let's talk about that. Can we talk about that right quick?
Yeah, and before we talk about that, I want to read this to the King Bobby Banger real quick and see.
It can't be long. Not another long.
All right, let's be long, sir. You know,
come on.
Herodotus went into Egypt in 500 BC. The Nubians had a ramsack through Egypt in 700 BC. Hold on. Let me finish. The Nubians took over Egypt in 700 BC. When Herodotus made it into Egypt in 500 or 486 BC, he seen populations who were in description as dark. The Nubians already had a 300 to 250 year run in Egypt by the time he went there. When Strabo described the Egyptians, he said the people in northern Egypt look like people in northern India, and the people in southern Egypt look like the people in Ethiopia, but the people here were straighter. He's talking about the people in Sudan. So what I'm trying to say is that if you look at the description of what these people are talking about, they're not talking about people that look like people in Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone. Even when Strabo described the Egyptians, he said look like people in northern India.
So you're gonna address the other
northern Indian people have piss color.
Right.
How do you know what they look like?
All right, everybody stop.
They look like the people that are now, bro.
Everybody
Let me know when I can go, huh?
All right, you can go after that. Here, I'm gonna show you this. Look, I know y'all can see the map on the screen.
Yeah, you need to put it in the thumbnail because they keep missing me.
What's that one at the top? What's that?
Look, that's the
same thing.
Both of it. One is the UVA rays right here.
Yeah, we're.
Oh, you look at it. Look right here. See the Red Sea. Y'all see the Red Sea, right? Now the Nile River go from the all the way up there into the Delta, all the way down here, right? And I'm telling you, it's passing through zones. So the upper Egyptians is going to be darker. They're going to be darker than the lower Egyptians. All right.
They still black though, because
they're just African. We're good with the African, bro.
Yeah, you just went through the whole thing of why I don't use it, and then you keep using
it. Nah. I got something for that though.
No, you don't got nothing. You cutting in too. You can't keep cutting in. Look, here's another map up top.
Right. My fault.
It's a skin color, right? So, I mean, I don't know what's the importance of the word black.
Well, I'm about to show you, God. I got
no, you won't. No, you won't. I know you won't. Somebody else talk. You don't got to show it.
And I meant to say, I think the Nubians ran.
Can I go down?
The Kufites ran for 90 years or 80 years. I got to correct that, but they was there at 700 BC. They only ran for 90 or 80 years.
Hey, Gozy, hold on. Hey, Gozy.
What's up, my bro?
Gozy, how long have we been having this conversation? Nobody was arguing that the motherfuckers was black. We was arguing over different phenotypes and all that. This was how many years ago, though, yo? Just to make sure I ain't
doing it probably about 13 years, 10 years.
We've been talking about this, right? Yeah. So why would anybody act like they started the conversation? That's crazy. We've been fighting over how long again, goes? I just want to make sure I'm right. I ain't trying to get
13 years. I mean, one of the first shows when I met you on Blog Talk was Nikki Love, and I talked about the different tribes. My whole argument about Egypt, though, where I was incorrect, was I used to use the base population like the Bija and the Ghana. And I never denied the modern Egyptians from being Egyptians. I just said they were highly mixed. It's actually a show that I did in 2009 that's lingering around YouTube. Okay. I was using Mustafa Gadala, who's an Egyptian, a modern Egyptian, who wrote the book Exiled Africans, Heart of Egypt. And I use his reference. And he said, as an Egyptian man, Mustafa Gadala if you look them up, that the modern Egyptians migrated all over Africa. So what I'm trying to say is, I never denied. You never denied. Nobody never denied the modern Egyptians from being ancient Egyptians. But when the data started coming out,
no. But we wasn't saying that they was African Americans black. We wasn't saying it. We was arguing for the Africanness.
Right.
So I never meet. So when people jump out the window, well, I'm the first one to say, "Get the fuck out of here." UNESCO was the first one to say the shit in 1974. Anyway, I just want to make sure we was
kind of confusing.
Uncle Bobby,
go ahead,
can we read this from that article that you was reading earlier, where it says the contemporary?
No, Robert, you cannot keep going. Robert, you gotta let somebody else go. Top dollar going.
I got a question for you.
Can I say something for real? Listen, I'm a former Navy guy from Los Angeles, California. Went to the Navy.
What I got to do with that?
Okay, it got a lot. Well, can I talk? And then you'll see how I'm gonna bring this home.
All right.
I went to Australia.
You ain't drinking, is you?
No, not today. Not today. I went to Australia a lot of times. I've been to Spain, northern parts of northern Africa, and things. And so when I went to Australia, when I saw what they call Aboriginal people, and I agree with you, you and Gozy. I agree with you guys. There's no way when you see those Aboriginals, there is no way in hell that you would call them an African American or there's no way they don't look like us. It's no way in hell you could do that. It's far different. When I was in East Africa and I saw Somali dudes and all that, there's no way in hell that you could make a straight line and say, oh yeah, these are people. No way. I seen it with my own eyes and actually talk to these people. They won't even tell you that. Now, maybe Smash had a video or something where a couple of people in some village somewhere said something like that in Egypt. Well, there's no way. That's the only thing I wanted to say. When you see a person from these islands, in Australia is an island, when you see those people, when you look at them face to face, we're not the no way. It's not the same. You notice it as soon as you see them. It's different. They're not as we call, and I guess I know probably don't want me to say this, but they're not black. It just not. They're not phenotypically anything. When you see them, they're not the same people, bro. And I don't, look it up on the internet. Look at those people. They're not the same as us from West Africa. They're not. And when I was in East Africa and looking at brothers in East Africa, and I'm only talking phenotypically and all that. I don't know all the Gullah stuff, all that stuff. When just looking at someone, East Africa, they're not. You can look at it and tell, no, we not the same. I'm from the West Coast of Africa, and it's just not the same. That's all I wanted to say. And I know a lot of people, you're talking on some things, and some people may have never left the country and seen these people that they're actually talking about. I have seen them close up, talk to them. It's not the same. That's all I wanted to say. Thanks.
And also to add on what you're saying, not even a Dinko or the Nur, those tall, thin, Nilo-Saharan speakers who's highly dark-skinned, they're not the same as people in Western Central Africa. Don't get it confused.
I make that same point all the time, Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, the only people that could be in East Africa related to people in Western Central Africa is the population that descend from the Bantu expansion, like the Kikuyus, The people all the way in South Africa, like the Zulu, the Axia. These people are Bantu people that had a base root in Cameroon before the expansion 3,000 years ago. So it's a lot of introgression in some populations and intermediate. So when people like to play that game too, they like to find the Bantu type people that drifted from Cameroon 3,000 years ago and start drifting into Tanzania, Uganda, and different regions. But when it comes to even the Nilotic people, the Dinka, the Nur, the Kulingans, those type of people, they're not even the same people in Western Central Africa. That's how diverse Africa is. And you can't
But
just
why
base
they
it off
gotta
opinion.
be though? See, this is what I never understood. Yo, why they gotta be that? Why can't we be the most diverse people on planet Earth, yo? What's wrong with that, yo? Like, you know what everybody forget? I think y'all all forget we animals, right? And are living organisms, biological organisms. And so if you study the works, right, of Charles Darwin, right, when he made his trip. Matter of fact, they about to make another trip. They're gonna follow, retrace his steps. If you understand that we animals, right, biological organisms, no more different than plants and other animals, you'll find out that plants are diverse, right, and they are naturally selected for their environment. And so you can go to one part of Africa, South Africa, and find different types of plants, right? Go to another part of Africa and find different types of plants. You can go down to Florida right now and find palm trees, but you're not going to find them palm trees in Georgia. Why not? It's a different environment. So it's safe to say, right? Africans are people, human beings, biological organisms living in different environments will develop different traits that's suited for their environment, whether it be darker skin, lighter skin, different phenotypes, whatever it is, right? We forget that. So, you know, with that being said, I just wanted to make that. What's up? We got a pseudo killer Kent. What's good with you, man?
What up, man? What's going on, panel, man? How y'all doing?
Motherfucker, man, got 167,000 in the building, man. Shout out to Smash, man. He sent the people, man.
Sure indeed, man. See you, Thunder, Corey, Chef. Who else we got?
Peace.
I ain't worry about Pan Africa James, man. He be hate.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still trying to figure out. Hold on, I'm just chilling, but I'm still trying to figure out how y'all going to account for admixture in North Africa. Did nobody else on the hold
let me ask you.
Hold on, slow down. How y'all going to account for the admixture in North Africa that nobody else in sub-Saharan Africa has?
I can't do the
How do you account for that?
Here you go.
Equation that y'all keep saying that everybody is African, or the fact that people in North Africa.
Corey, Corey. Hey, hold on, Corey. Is it me or
the people in Africa is 70% European, and y'all don't want to tell?
Now, you know what, James?
This is just crazy.
Listen, I'm gonna give you a chance.
No, you ain't got to give me no chance.
No, I am. I'm gonna give you a chance.
It's people that 70%. Hold up. If people that 70%.
No. Let me say this. I want you to do this first. Hold on, once and for all, right? It's a possibility we could be misunderstanding. Maybe I'm a little slightly arrogant. We know Corey arrogant, and that goddamn Chef is super arrogant, right? He just play like you're not. We know Kent is an asshole because he's gonna say you're scamming. Sosa gonna lay back and laugh at you. Gideon Block gonna have some fun. We're all here. Juju might get smarter than mouth, super smart. Thunder gonna bulldoze. So let me say this real quick. What in the hell are you trying to tell us about this Neanderthal, yo? And mixing. What is your real reference point here? What are you really saying? I'm listening.
Well, the real reference point is that y'all say that this light-skinned zone could only the only reason that they could be light-skinned because of a zone. But y'all do not add in the admixture from the people of the north that had different type of genetics. So I'm trying to ask, when are y'all going to add that into the equation as a reason as to why they might have a different skin tone? When we know that there's these people in the people in Egypt right today are 70% European. We know this genetically.
Hey, can I say
genetically.
Can
so I want to know, why we not bringing that into the equation of the mathematics of why they may look phenotypically different? But we have people in the Khoisan that are in a different equatorial zone that don't look like them. But I'm just trying to figure this out.
Wait for an answer, James. You keep talking. You ask the question.
I'm muting out. I just asked the question.
I'm gonna answer something to you right quick. So when you get to South Africa, near the Kalahari Desert, that zone is similar to Zone 2. So when you look at the Khoisan people, they have an intermediate brown skin. Again, they're especially in the Kalahari, this desert adapted people. You're going to see that intermediate brown or that mahogany brown type, right? So let's talk about ancient North Africa. From 130,000 years, when Homo sapiens first get there, something called Aterians, to all the way down to what we see now. So when Homo sapiens, which is a type of ape that developed in equatorial zone somewhere in between East Africa or Central Eastern Africa, some of these people go north. These people that went north at this time were very close to Hadza-like people, Hadza, right? They go up there. The only markers that exist at this time is clades of A, BT, and then later CTM168, which is what they classify as non-Eurasian atom or Northeast African atom that's split out. These Africans are the same populations where humans drift out at. This is why you find in Arabia the Nubian complexes. Those tools that you found in Sudan and Upper Egypt is the same thing you found in the Arabian Peninsula and Oman. So we have a hint and an idea where these people cross from. So here's the thing. So around 100,000 years ago, 130,000 years ago, some of the people that drifted out.
Wait, what was James saying though? Gozy,
he's talking about. He
went all the way around the damn question.
No, I'm trying.
Because that's that confusion talk.
Bro, no, I'm trying to get. Bro, you won't let me. What he trying to say is the light skin.
I want you to say what he's trying to say. I want to hear him say.
He's saying they less human. He's saying that they less human.
He's saying
what he really trying to do.
What I'm saying.
Hold on. What he really trying to do. What he really trying to do is say that they are different. Hey, look, what you really trying to say is that they're different species, but you trying to cover it up.
See, that's
no. His argument.
What I'm saying is they have a
no. What he's trying to say is multiple reasons for their light skin. He's talking about the large back migration.
What I'm saying.
So that's what I'm trying to get.
So he arguing with us over why white people got light color skin.
Hold up. You're using the excuse that it's just because they're in that equatorial zone that's why they look like. No, it's not.
So they got their skin. Hold on, whoa. Not a problem, James. Since that's all you're trying to explain.
That's the case. Hold on, James. Look just like the
James. You're trying to say the Europeans got their pale skin from Neanderthal. Okay, now what?
So if the people in the Khoisan look just like Africans, the people in the north should look just like the people in the Khoisan.
You're not getting the point.
Hold on. Yes, they would. Without any admixture.
Let him get it out.
Admixture from an outside source. That's why the people in the north look totally phenotypically different from anything in sub-Saharan Africa. But
so
y'all don't agree or admit to that because
no, it's not your read. Hold on.
No.
James,
those people 70%.
Hold on, King. Don't nobody jump in.
They don't want to admit.
James,
I was trying to give him the time period.
No. Let me say this. Listen, we gotta bait. Look, Gozy, we know where you at, bro. Kent, we know where you at. I'm just trying to hear what the hell this man is really saying, yo. I'm a great listener, and I'm gonna tear his ass up when he finished that wild ass shit he's saying. I just want to hear. Yo, what are you saying that they got like that they look different? You saying they look different because of Neanderthal? What is it that you?
No, because of admixture with the people that's not indigenous.
Okay, that's fine. We got you. What does it mean?
I ain't even got to use Neanderthal.
You're saying that the reason that they're light skinned now and not dark now is because those people came in and lightened their skin up.
From Egypt to Morocco, those people are like 70% European. Ass and Gozy.
Okay, and what do you think about? What do you think about the?
Hold on. So if somebody is 70% European, can they be African? Yes or no?
Who 70? Neanderthal?
No, I'm talking about Europeans.
I'm talking about Neanderthal. You switching?
No. They have 2% Neanderthal DNA.
So what? So why are we calling you Neanderthal James then?
I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all just can't understand.
Because you got the DNA in you. Hold on, you got the DNA. You got the DNA in you.
Y'all say that the people in North Africa are Africans. They cannot be Africans because they are.
We not saying it. Hold on. I can't do it. No.
Let me get it.
Y'all ain't never said that the people in North Africa.
Hey, James.
Explain what you say about Neanderthal, bro. That's what we want to know. What the hell are you trying to say about Neanderthal, man?
Hey, James, you got it in you, though, right? So why? But you're dark skin, right?
See, unlike you, I know exactly how much I got. I got 5% European DNA, and I look just like an African.
Does that make you less African?
Just like I was an African American. They didn't look at no damn DNA to determine what the fuck I was. So stop it.
So what's the
Y'all not
significance? Hold on.
Yo,
So
we
what?
got,
So
hold
hold
on.
on.
Yo, we do got 30. Hold on. You know what we do got? You know what I figured out just now?
Y'all don't even understand
Hold on
percentage.
for a minute.
It's
No, we
crazy.
don't understand because the shit we talked about, they talk about in universities, and we throwing an extraordinary nigga cut on the shit. So don't nobody know what the fuck is going on. So James, you're sitting here telling us that people in North Africa are not Africans. Go get the damn source with
No,
that.
listen,
Go get the fucking source right now.
This is what I'm telling you.
No, what
Go,
are you
go
telling
look
me?
up. Go look up.
I'm not going to look up. No, is that what you're saying?
You can use Wikipedia.
Are you saying that they only 30% African in North Africa?
You can use Wikipedia. Your
I'm
favorite.
asking you
right
a
now.
question, James. You gotta, when a nigga asks you a question,
let me be
say,
quiet
I'm
and listen.
fucking
Go ahead.
ignoring you, Unc, and I'll shut the hell up. Don't make me crazy, dog. I said, what's the significance of the Neanderthal? You done shifted to that. Like you dancing now. You got the perfect time. I'm really trying to get what you said. I can't believe you fighting this long. It's gotta be a point you're trying to make, yo.
Well, we're talking.
What the fuck is going on,
You
James?
gotta leave Neanderthal
What do you
DNA out of this.
Okay,
right
so
now.
we're gonna, but that's the
Leave
conversation.
that out of the conversation.
Conversation with me.
Hey,
and
Dan.
you. No,
Hey,
hold
Dan,
on, Dozy. God damn.
Go ahead, bro.
Damn.
Go ahead.
The conversation started with James. What are you talking about this Neanderthal thing?
I'm
You
not talking about
started and you
Neanderthal
dove out of it. Now you out of that. So we don't know what you keep doing in the Neanderthal thing. Now you on the North African is only 30% African. What the hell are you talking about? Then you went the light skin route. The light skin came from Neanderthal.
Okay, listen. If we're gonna use percentages, right, to determine who we are, you can use this to determine different people's phenotypical You do know that, right?
No,
so
I don't. I don't understand
what I'm saying is, so because yes, they have a thing called African DNA and a thing called non-African DNA. What are they using? But even which way we go, when you go look at the
do you know what that means?
Hold on, listen.
No, do you know what that mean though? Because I sit here and listen to Wishman comment, Robert, and he didn't even know what the fuck anthropology was. He debated Bella, didn't know what anthropology was.
Okay, listen.
No, we can clear it up with a question.
Simple. I'm just gonna say
clear it up with a question.
Non-African DNA is DNA that develops outside of the continent of Africa. Okay.
Right.
And then African DNA is DNA that develops on the continent of Africa. Okay. So
I know it's gonna clear it up, James. So is there any DNA that's considered non-African that actually mutated on the continent?
No.
So you might need to leave me. That might be where you.
How is that possible?
That
I mean,
might you need to look into it.
No, all of the mutation has to happen on the continent.
Now, what James is saying is that
and Goes even knows this because the first people that did leave Africa, they named them Basal Eurasians to get away from identifying them as African. But y'all don't know that.
Listen, what he's trying to say is that because Goes explain the zones and why their skin are a particular range. James is saying that the reason that the skin is a particular range because y'all leaving out the admixture, and so it's people that came into Africa that lighten that population, and that's why they're light now, not because of the damn zone.
Okay, now
that's what he's trying to do.
Get in. You
now watch this. If y'all saying that these zones are the only reason why they changed, right? Then why don't those?
No, is that what you're saying though, yo?
No, that's what y'all are saying. But I'm asking y'all a question. If that is the only reason why they changed, then why don't they look just like the Khoisan?
James, let me ask you, James, are you James? They're trying to understand. So, right, listen, are you saying that the reason that
James just like the Khoisan?
Yeah, James, just listen.
What I'm trying to show you is the Khoisan don't have the admixture that the people in the north have.
They do. They got an Indo-European mix in them. Yo, did you know the Khoisan?
No, they don't, man.
They do got some of them. They do.
Bro, do you know what 0.3 mean and 0.2 and 0.1 mean?
They got that SCLA245 gene.
You gotta understand that,
Hey,
no, all that SLC.
Help me out, Goldie. This man think that everybody. This man think if you live in zones, you supposed to look the same.
It does not have to do with admixture.
Hey, you know what's funny, bro?
This crazy even let me talk. Sitting up here acting like it don't have nothing to do with.
Yeah, we can't understand you. You refuse to
explain.
Well,
let him go. See if you understand what I'm saying.
You're incoherent.
Let's see how he do.
You know what's funny?
Oh my God!
You know what's funny?
Right.
This dude talk about 2 to 4% Neanderthal DNA, but say he got 5% European DNA, but he black as tar.
Listen, I got 0.2. Listen,
make this shit make sense,
I
bro.
got 0.2% Neanderthal DNA. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, we know that, James. But listen,
yeah, we see it coming
look
out.
like a whole African.
Look like a straight African.
Let me explain
You
something.
still look like a whole African.
Like you from the
Look like
Congo to the Congo.
If I had a
African booty scratcher out there.
DNA, I would not look like this.
That's an African.
You said
Hey, I'm done.
European.
I'm done. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not agree to that message.
Hey, you stupid, bro.
Yeah, see what I'm saying, James? That was Kent.
You got
separating Kent. That was Kent.
European. You got 4% European, and you still look like an African. You saying that Europeans got 4% Neanderthal, and that makes them not Homo sapien. That
okay, watch this.
You killing yourself.
They 100%. Hold on, they 100% European. I'm only 92%. I'm 92% African.
That's what it is.
I only have 5%. Watch this.
Hey, can I say something?
I got 5%.
I need some help. I need some help.
That 5%.
No, you need to shut him up.
Hold on. That 5% equals 0.2% Neanderthal DNA. It does not equal.
Hold on. 3.4.2, 4.39, 2.6.
Hey, but
you're saying that. Hold on,
James, 2.39. Hey, Sosa, you 2.395. Hey, Thunder, you 3.29. Corey, you 2.39, and I'm 5.3. What the hell that mean? Explain that to us.
That means that if you are Ethiopian,
man.
Watch this. The Ethiopian may have the same amount of admixture that we got with Europeans but they just mix with Arab. We are mixed with Europeans because we are in America.
What does it mean?
But when you
what's the significance of all of that, Pan-African, James? Like what's your whole
Ethiopian, you still know he's African.
Okay, cool, right? All right, cool. All right, we accept that. We got the percentages.
I don't understand why.
Because we're trying to get to the point. We understand that we got the percentages right, but what's the significance of all of that?
Because based on a certain amount of percentages, you will be labeled an African, and if you go on a 70% of European DNA, you're going to be labeled a non-African.
Okay,
that's just how it works. So when you look at people in North Africa, they do not look African because they are 70% European. It's just that simple.
So they non-African. Hold on, they non-African, right?
Y'all telling me that everybody is African.
That's your point. No, that's your point.
Yeah, that's what's got to be the
point.
So
the point is North Africans is non-African. So your point is North Africans is non-African.
Hey, Corey, did that man just say Egyptians wasn't African? Did he just say that, Corey?
That's what I was thinking.
Hey, Pan-African James.
Let him talk. Street Susie, let him talk. He said Egyptians ain't even African. They European.
But the thing is, you gotta,
European, can you be African?
I know what he's saying now.
If you say, hold up, answer the question. Y'all ain't answer my question. If you 70%,
you gotta slow down, bro.
Are you an African?
You see what I'm saying?
Answer the question.
Let us talk. Let me talk. Can I say something? Can I respond?
What you say, Corey?
No, go ahead. Let go go. But he's saying these ain't the real Egyptians. That's why the North Africans ain't African, because they ain't the real.
How far? Because you know Sudan is in North Africa, yo. How far? How far you gotta go down? Then they start getting real, man.
Hold on.
What's the one point where they turn into something else?
Where they turn? Do they slowly start to turn to the real? Look, they the real ones right there. Yo, look at them, yo. They real.
You gotta make that math make sense.
Crazy. Y'all just want to play like y'all doing.
I'm not. I'm saying that what part of the rivers they real, yo.
When they start to cluster over the 70, 60 to 70% on the
down that Lake Victoria.
They ain't even checked all them people DNA yet, yo.
Hey, Corey, you know what? Uncle and Corey, you know what he's really trying to say?
What he saying?
He's trying to say that the only true African is the black African, and the people in the North.
No. I'm trying to get them to understand that the people in North Africa are 70% European.
Hey, you cut me off, bro. Let me just say what I'm saying.
Well, am I lying about that in Goldie? Are they
you're basing if you go to Wiki,
question. Am I lying that the people in
He's
North
trying to
Africa
answer your question, bro.
Damn, bro. What
Hey,
the
Thunder,
fuck,
Thunder. Thunder, go get that study. Go get that DNA study, yo. You got, you know what's what I'm talking about, Thunder. When they say the Egyptians now is the Egyptians. DNA,
Are
remember,
they
go pull that out on. Get them.
Who is they,
They
James?
do it on purpose.
Hey, forget James. Hey, forget James for a second, man. Let him go. Let him go respond.
Ask him.
Hey,
Ask,
Gozy.
y'all ask.
Ask
Him, are they
What?
Time out, bro.
Hey, Gozy, time out, James. Time out, James. Where, at what bend of the river do the niggas turn real, yo? We just want to know.
I don't know. I don't. I don't know. I don't know, bro.
Hey, James, yo, you got us beat, yo. You have defeated us with
Everything
your
a joke
ignorance,
right
yo.
now.
Hey,
I'm not
James,
cracking that joke, yo.
So if you
I'm
go to
asking
Wiki,
you.
Wiki,
I'm
if you go to
asking
Wiki,
since he don't want to answer the question.
James, time out, bro. Pause for a minute, bro. Pause for a minute. Go ahead,
But
go.
let me ask you, Sosa. If you got 70%,
I want to hear what Ngozi got to say, bro. I
If you
want to
got
hear what
70%
Ngozi got to
European
say,
DNA
man.
right now, are you an African? Yes or no? Answer the question.
Now let Ngozi. No, now let Ngozi respond, bro.
So what James is using is, if you go to Wiki, ancient Egyptian DNA, right? It talks about how the Coptics and the Muslim Egyptians share a lot of genetic affinity with ancient Europeans. It said the Coptics had it at like 70%, 80%, and the Muslim Egyptians have it at 70%. It was like a 10% difference. It's based off Klein's if you go to it. But the bottom line is this: the European component that they're speaking of is the shared ancient Anatolian farmer component that drifted in that area probably 7,000 years ago. The same thing. Hold on. Come on, James. Let me finish, bro.
That's
Listen.
crazy, James.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. The same segments that hit Morocco from 2023 article, it talks about how the Taferet population, who was an ancient Near Eastern and ancient Hadza Yoruba-like population, got infused with Capsian groups who were pastoralists from the east and also ancient Anatolian farmers, which was a three-way split that fused into what we see in North Africa today, right? They got the ancient Taferet, like if the average Moroccan took a DNA test or used G25, and the principal component analysis come out, you're going to see Taferet at like 30% or 40%, depending on what region they're in. You're going to see, that's Ibero-Maroon. You're going to see Anatolian farmer like at 40%, and you're going to see other components. Sub-Saharan will be the smallest, probably 5 to 6%, based off the region. Now, when it comes to the Egyptians, because they have a segment and you have to deal with them in layers.
Here you go.
They have a shared affinity with the ancient European population. That's the Anatolian farmers that shared in their DNA.
So where is Anatolia at? Is Anatolia in Africa?
That's the Eastern Mediterranean. That's Turkey.
Man, you wild. Why you doing all this?
I mean, because I'm giving you what you want. You can't get mad because I answered the question.
Like you ain't got to go that far with it. Just say, yeah, you're right, James. They got.
No, I'm not gonna say you're not right, because this is why you're not right. Listen, I'm almost finished. Now, when it comes to North Africa, because it has ties with the Middle East for so long, cultural exchange, a lot of sexual selection, very similar climatic zones. It's classified as MENA, Middle Eastern North African. So with that being said, North Africans are North African, and they're finally distinct from populations of Sub-Saharan Africa. And this is why they're able to banner those populations, because it only makes sense that a North African will share a lot of genetic affinity with populations in the Near East and Southern Europe from the ancient Anatolian component. It only makes sense compared to the population itself.
So that's just because they classified it, that now they African, but they are
absolutely, they are 100% African.
I don't care what they do.
They are 100%
about. Once we know that they genetics is not on indigenous
they are 100%
continent, it's a wrap. So you can really just go ahead and try to explain yourself.
Genetic analysis
but
of
that's
modern
Egyptians
Egyptians reveals
Go
that
ahead.
they have paternal lineages common to other indigenous Afro-Asiatic speaking populations in North Africa, West Asia, Anatolia, and Horn of Africa. Some studies have proposed the view that these lineages would have spread into North Africa and Horn of Africa from Western Asia during the Neolithic Revolution and were maintained by the pre-dynastic period. A study for Krings et al. 1999 on mitochondrial DNA clines along the Nile Valley found that Eurasian cline runs through northern Egypt to southern Sudan and sub-Saharan cline from southern Sudan to northern Egypt.
Showing how them clients running back and forth.
So that's a big one.
I don't know.
That's a big statement.
Running back.
What you got, Gozy? What you got,
No,
Goldie?
I don't know who this guy Shaqy is. There's a lot of haters of Ngozi talking about I'm a fence straddler. You don't know me, and I no. I just want to but hold on. I just want to say something. There's a lot of weird people that got some type of sick addiction. I never was a fence straddler, and I only had my own story at the time, but I can correct error. So I'm telling the truth. I don't have to do anything. So all that little subtle shit, go in the corner and kill yourself.
Oh,
that's what you need to do, bro. Go kill your goddamn self.
Whoa, what y'all doing?
Out of Eurasia.
We ain't doing
that.
Dude
runs from northern Egypt.
We ain't doing that. Who's y'all talking? Hold on, y'all arguing on the panel?
No, it's some dude. It's some dude talking about Prince Straddler. He don't even understand DNA, and he's a fucking Ngozi fan. Like most
yo, we're gonna stop cussing.
I heard somebody.
Sub-Saharan Klein from southern Sudan to northern Egypt, from a sample.
We ain't doing. Hey, next time somebody start cussing out, yo, I'm gonna let y'all know right. Hold on, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, yo. My daggone my community skeptic page is monetized, and I do it to get money. So if you start cussing somebody out, I'm putting you off. If you've been my friend for 30 years, I'm putting you off, and I'm gonna call and laugh at you. But we not doing this. No, I'm just telling you. I'm letting everybody know, yo. All that we can get our point across without cussing.
Yeah.
Don't mess with
well, I ain't gonna mess up your show, but yeah, you got weirdos in the community. I don't even know these people. Some people just sit around.
It's in the chat, though, right? It's in the chat, right?
Yeah, some weirdo. I don't know who he is, but anyway.
68.
Stay out that chat and go. Stay out that chat.
You got to stay out the chat.
Egyptian.
Y'all go
damn,
crazy.
You know, I just wanted to know, was they 70% European? I don't even think I
even understand where that study.
I ain't even got the answer to the question yet.
Go to Otto Summon.
I'm just trying to
go to Otto Summon. Keep going.
Keep
going up,
James.
James.
Wild that it take this long to get the answer to something.
Keep going up, James.
E1 EM78 E1B1 predominant.
Keep going up. That's the haplogroup.
I'm saying.
You don't see that right there, though? Suggested.
Yeah, I see it. That's why I was trying.
It's all in there.
Bro,
hey, keep going
and
up,
all that shit is, excuse my language, E is indigenous to Africa. That's where it comes from.
But that's
East to West Africa. From East to West Africa, the E marker is the
that's not enough, though. That's
on the
not
paternal
enough.
line of yeah, I know it ain't and goes, but we
Hey,
still talking about facts right now. Hold on, we still talking about
where did
facts
you
right now.
where did you get that 70% European thing from?
Go look up what is it? Maybe modern Egyptian DNA.
And it say 70 and it say
just look up modern Egyptian DNA, and that's gonna get you right where you need to be at, baby. That's gonna get you right where you need to be at, baby. I'm telling you, trust me.
I'm trying.
He on it right now, right?
You can never fail with Wiki from what they say. So
I'm trying to tell him where to go.
Huh?
I'm trying to tell him where to go. If he keep going up, it's gonna say modern because it says ancient and it says modern, and it's gonna compare them.
Right here.
Keep going up, Thunder. Keep going up.
Modern right here.
Now go. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I know what y'all looking for. I've been trying.
So right, hold on, it's right. Did you pass it up? Hold on. Let me keep going.
Let's do it again.
Is it 0.2%, 2%, 5%, 4%?
Now go.
They're talking about haplogroups right there, bro.
Yeah, that's haplogroups. Keep going. Say autosomal DNA. It's about the climb.
You see that E1B1A is at 36%, though. But anyway,
E1. What? Come on.
Yeah, I'll fight.
You see that? You go below. What the fuck? Excuse me, what I'm talking about. I don't understand why we doing this. He knows it. He didn't even got to get y'all to go look for it. And Goldie should know that these people are.
I already know.
You know that. And Goldie, why don't you just say, yeah, he right.
But haplogroups don't mean nothing. Haplogroups don't mean nothing.
I'm asking you a question though. I know you know this, so why don't you just say them the time and tell them, yeah, the brother's right.
You're absolutely wrong, but you're going in the right direction.
Let me
hold on. And Gozy, where did he go wrong? Where did he go wrong with it? Gozy.
Keep going, Thunder. Let him go to
I'll tell you. I want him to keep going up.
Look, Kiata, look, examine the public. I like Kiata work. M35.
I just want to know.
M78. I love his work. He do Kushite, Egyptian, Berber group, Semitic speakers. I like all that. Y'all said Semitic. Yeah, I'm gonna get him on the show. I'm telling you.
Go through this right here.
That's what I'm gonna bring him.
Oh man, but
diversity. 5%
Kiata is coming.
Relax. He concluded that the genetic data give population profile that clearly indicate males of African origin as opposed to being of Asian or European descent, but acknowledge that the biodiversity does not indicate any specific set of skin colors.
There you go. Or
hold on. Go back up.
Or
That was
facial
rough.
features. Look.
Go back
Look,
up.
all the
Hold on.
stuff they
Oh, I
trying to
see.
say.
I see it. Go back. He had the cops right there. Which said cops were estimated to have 69. That's what you're
Where?
talking
There you
about.
go.
Jen?
That's it. That's it right there. That's what he's
Where?
talking about.
Where?
What is that?
Yeah, where was that?
Somebody
Yeah,
scrolling fast as a mother.
He's
I'm trying.
scrolling too
Okay, let me
fast.
go. I'm gonna stop. My bad.
Go up a little bit more.
Go up.
It says
Go
something
up or
like
down?
cops up on the screen, like you trying, like you're reading,
The
trying
other
to go
way.
to the bottom. Keep reading, like you're going to the bottom.
Oh, like I'm going to the. All right.
It says something like cops, and then keep going.
Yeah. Keep going.
It's
You'll
about
see
to
it.
come. There it is. Start talking
There
about
we
the
go.
cops.
Right there.
There it is.
That's
There
what
it
he's
is.
talking about,
A
guys.
study
Cops and the
by
Egyptians.
Hochfelder et al. 2017 analyzed various populations and found that Copts and Egyptians show low levels of genetic differentiation and lower levels of genetic diversity compared to the Northeast African groups. Copts and Egyptians displayed similar levels of European, Middle Eastern ancestry. Copts were estimated to be of 69.54%, or plus or minus 2.57 European ancestry, and the Egyptians of 70.65%, plus or minus 2.47 European ancestry. Woo. The study concluded that
stop right there. Thunder.
Nah, man, we
No,
gotta
let him
keep going,
read.
yo.
Let him read,
Okay,
bro.
the
Let him
we
study
not
read.
concluded
stopping
that
nowhere,
the
yo.
Copts and Egyptians have a common history link to small population sizes. The behavior in the admixture analysis, well, there you go, admixture analysis is consistent with shared ancestry between Copts and Egyptians, and or additional genetic drifts in the Copts. An allele frequency comparative study conducted in 2020 between the two main Egyptian ethnic groups, Muslims and Christians. Each group represented by a sample of 100 unrelated healthy individuals supported conclusions that Egyptian Muslims and Egyptian Christians genetically originate from the same
Same
ancestors.
ancestors. That's it.
That's all it's saying, bro. Like
So
you
what
just,
the fuck? What's the
you
big
always
deal?
messed it up.
He didn't went into religion to try to. That ain't got nothing to do with what the hell they saying. They saying that them people is 70% Europeans. Like, stop.
But that's not
Hey,
modern
you got
Europeans.
from me,
Whether they
DK.
Muslim or Christian, it don't matter. They
That's not
got
modern
70%
Europeans.
European ancestry, and European
Yeah, man,
ancestry does not come from.
ancestry.
Yeah, so that means the European ancestry is not indigenous to fucking Africa.
But look,
Dude,
press the
like, what are
citation.
y'all doing?
Press that
It's just
citation.
that simple.
Press the citation where that number is,
See,
and it's
now
going
we
to
got to
lead you
do
to the
all that.
article. No, I'm trying to tell them. I'm trying to tell them what type of
James, slow
European it
down.
is. I'm trying to tell them what type of European it is. Just because you see European, you got to be very careful.
I
The
know, yo.
citation
I ain't. He
explains
just
what
gets
it is.
scared when he hear that word. What is it? Northeast African genomic variation. Shit. Come on, man. Don't be.
By the
He said, now we got to
continuity
go through
of
the
indigenous
variation of
groups.
Europeans.
It's a indigenous groups and Eurasian migration.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's it.
Right, that's all it was saying. Yo, like
admixture, man. Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
So
you thought they were saying, yo, I know I'm leaving Africa now. I know I'm in Africa now. That's crazy, yo.
No, I didn't say that. I said that they got 70% European DNA.
We at the 2 hour mark, yo.
Oh, they go Natufians. That's what you call it.
The Ibermarusians. There, I see the Ibermarusians. There it goes.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go, Gozy.
There you go.
Where Gullah at?
But watch this. Watch this.
Go ahead, say it. Go. Let Gozy say it. Go ahead, Gozy. Go ahead, hit that shit for him. Go ahead.
I was trying to tell them now. If you follow the history of North Africa, I tried to go. I gave y'all the Tyrians and I was going to work my way to the Ibero-Marusians. So by the time the Ibero-Marusian culture come, that's around 30,000 years ago. You have vestiges of Tyrians who mixed with populations that was close to Zuzana population that crossed through Southern Europe, primarily Italy. They brought mtDNA U6 in 23,000 years ago. They mixed with these people. They become the Ibero-Marusians. So they have a fused population already. After that, and look, when they come in, they're bringing in Neanderthal DNA as they mix with the indigenous Hadza-like Assyrian population that was already there. So they already had a mixture of little Neanderthal traces in them before the Anatolian farmers. Hold on.
You my guy and go. You something else, bro.
I'm trying. Hold on, listen. The Zuzana population, or these Heliocynic Iranian populations that back migrated into Africa, they were dark skinned at the time, so they were not a fair skinned people. So the Ibero-Marusians, because SLC245 on the ship of chromosome 15 did not come in and kick in yet, so they still had a brown. No. Listen, But that goes to show you that Neanderthal is not responsible for Homo sapiens life skin.
No. This is what we're not gonna do.
No.
Now
you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that.
We're gonna go back to the percentages I've been talking about.
No, you
at
won't.
the time of this incursion, they DNA ain't strong enough to start changing their phenotypical difference.
Listen.
That's what's going on. But anyway, go ahead.
Hold on. I'm trying to explain it. When Homo sapiens, first of all, Neanderthals had a variation of skin color too. Let's not act like they were just one color, right? But what I'm trying to say is this: when Neanderthals and Homo sapiens first bred with each other somewhere near Moyo in northern Israel, the first case of it 50,000 years where they found the remnants of it, these people were not light skinned when they mixed with Neanderthals. Neanderthals are not responsible for giving you light skin. That's a whole other. They're not. So what I'm trying to say is that the crown Eurasians that split off, because the basal Eurasians split off from the rest of the Eurasians or Paleo-Eurasians, the Inuit culture around 40,000 years ago to 50,000 years ago. You had another layer of Eurasians that kept going north and east of Eurasia. The population before you have the Gravititian population in ancient Europe or the Agodician population in ancient Europe, because Homo sapiens only make it to Europe 45,000 years ago. They spent a lot more time in the Middle East, the first wave, before they kept going. So here's the thing. When a lot of those populations go into Europe, some of them motherfuckers back migrated to Africa through Italy, and they're bringing U6 in. And this is when you start to find the first phase of this thing called Ibero-Maurutians, right? After that, you have another wave of people coming in where you start to find the people that gets SLC 2.5 kick in on chromosome 15 all the way down the line when the Anatolian farmers come in. That's around 7,000 to 6,000 years ago. They're coming in.
Well, you saying it came from Europe, aren't you?
They came from the Eastern America.
So the people understand, because you saying a lot.
He's saying a lot, man. Look, we about to end this.
Farmers, go ahead.
Hey, look.
Go ahead.
And we at the 2-hour mark, man. We don't like to do these super long shows over here, man. The pseudo killers, man. Community skeptics, man. Glad everybody tuned in. It was a great, powerful show, man. I think we finally understand what Neanderthal James was talking about. I think. Man, make sure y'all support that debate, man. Going down September the 15th, 7 o'clock. Tickets $30, man. They on sale now, man. On the House of Consciousness, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, man, y'all know what it is, man. We always up for the high-level conversation, man. Pseudo Killer Special, man. Y'all know what it is, man. We appreciate everybody that came through with love, man. We see you, Robert Brown. Man, you got a chance to talk. Idiot Black, we know what it is, man. Appreciate you, Thunder. Pseudo Killers, man. Juju, So, man. Sosa, man. Kent, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, it hit different, man, when it's perfectly perfect, man. Y'all know it. Hey, man, stay tuned, man. Y'all know how we doing it around here, yo. Y'all know what it is, man. Man, hit that Cash App going out the door, man. Stop playing, man. Like to shout out, man, to people that donated. Appreciate that, man, all day. Y'all know what it is, man. We ain't playing over here. We gonna keep moving it, man, and keep it going, man. Shout out to everybody that's supporting the Pseudo Killers and Community Skeptics, man. I'm gonna make sure I beat the brakes off and say cool. For all the Black Americans, African Americans, man, those who dedicate to the struggle of liberation of our intellectual property between our brains, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's a center for the study of pseudoisms, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's all day, every day. We enjoyed the show, man. Had some old timers stop through. Y'all know what it is, man. Appreciate that love, man. Standing right where we got to be at, man. A lot of stars in the chat, man. Human Point 2-0. Yakub. Street Sufi. Guys in gold. Boy special. Sunchild. To the redemption, you know it. CUB. Big up the Baltimore, man. Lamar Jackson, man. Gonna put that work in, man. I see you, D. I see you more. What it do? Sonic, what's up with you? Gideon Block. No diplomacy. Mac Rob, Pseudo Killer Official, man. I see you more. Appreciate you stopping through, man. Ain't nothing moving but the money, man. Hit that cash app, man.
Shoot another invoice. Working 5 to 9, need to get Royce.
Ain't nothing but love here, man.
It's the kid choice. Yeah, my humble pie was a bit moist. Unc told me to do it big, bro. The niggas ain't did it how you did, bro. The boys ain't living how you live, bro.
Y'all know what it is, man. Kent, Clark Kent.
Yo.
In the building, man. My man, yo. Had a nice show tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah, y'all was rocking, man. I couldn't get that.
Want to get off here early though, but I know you gotta go to work, yo.
Already. Y'all was rocking though, man.
Yeah, the numbers was high today, man. They be thinking we was dead, we not.
Yes, sir.
Everybody know where the stars at, man. Shout out to Smash Rockwell, man. Magi Arches. Y'all know what it is, man. Man, y'all listen to the Pseudo Killer special, man. Big up to the community skeptics.
Been nothing but a motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing but a motherfucking move. Huh. With the dice at the crap table, back able to give advice. I'm back stable, back able to take a knife at a bad angle.
Y'all know what it is.
Get them all strangled in the ring like I'm Kurt Angle.
Stand on top, man. What is it? Prolific and our approach to defeat the pseudos. All the haters, man, keep coming, man. All the people that think they did this and did that and started that, y'all know what it is. Keeping the facts straight. Damn right we need to be.
First things first, I corner freaks out of honeys, dummies, edible place for the gummies. Gotta keep them coming. There's a roll of dice. Been nothing but a motherfucking move but the money. Been nothing but a motherfucking move but the money.
Yeah, y'all know what it is.
First things first, I corner freaks out of honeys, dummies.
Big up to the community skeptics.
Gotta keep them coming. There's a roll of dice. Been nothing but
RBA.
but the money. Been nothing but a motherfucking move but the
Real
money.
black atheist.
Been nothing but a motherfucking move.
Y'all know what it is, man. Pseudo killers. Community skeptics. It's in the building. We're skeptical to everything humans tell us. Man, I'm your host, man. Y'all was here with the dedicated pseudo killers, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that love, man. And with that, we out. See y'all in the morning, man. Bobby Banger Morning Show. Peace.